I'll praise you, Most High. Yeah, that sound good, y'all. Hello. What we doing?
Hey, cook that up, Khalid.
We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. They said you got the call, they trying to blackball you. Like what they own, bro. You can't blackball a boss. The whole world, they hate Israel. The way you hate your neighbor, might as well pull the trigger on yourself. You know we get excited by the smoke. Every day we casting flesh. Say my treasure stored in heaven, we gon' blow the rest. They disrespecting and we check the bank that causing kept it still. They asking others about my business, but I ain't got no instant miss. See, I still deal with ox direct. Cause your person don't mean you respect. Your outlet don't get no credit if the ox ain't in it. Money answer all things and you got all these questions. Playing Vic. Look, I employ slavery. I'll give you broke, just say it. Yeah, them crews in the hood, Jews in the hood. I caught them clues, now I'm good. I broke it down, he understood my all to you. Filtered through, you found a few, I'm good. We what we sold, this here exclusive. They like, hey, folk, look what you doing. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Most I told me be still, give a room to work. Know my movie work. Your faith ain't good, don't put the work in. In the spirit flexing, that my day job. Getting the mode out my own, I don't know what they are. Before I got the blueprint, and I'm too legit to quit. Let it spark in the dark, be a light, got it lit. Trying to map my movement, got my haters pondering. The ops set the question there, they wanna know if you still lit. It hit different, you authentic, a lot of ops pretending. We do it for the Lord, got my own motion, who are you to judge? Look most high first, none above. Tech in the spirit, we locked in, they'll come against your plot. You know Judas said, yeah, we spit them scripts, they barely now. Came on slave ships, then you not black. You know they tell you everything. Isaiah 30:20, yeah, we bad. You see what happened when they tried to rail the train up off the track. False witness, hypocrite. We throw shots back, now they feel heat. Must go get it. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still.
And we still in action, y'all. And the conversation continues via the Lion's Den. And welcome. And once again,
man, peace, good brother. Peace,
Peace, my brother. What's going on? Now, let me do my introductions and then we'll get right to it. E Bizzle, I see you on time, huh? Well, stand by, E.
Yeah.
But now,
I made sure I was on time because I've been late the last couple of times.
It's okay. Better late than never. But now let me just get the introduction out the way. Now, welcome you all to another episode of the Lion's Den as the conversation continues. And we are your hosts, Brother Mala Akaya, along with the seventh answer, Sister Karima. And of course, we be normally joined by the captain, Yeshaya Da JT Raw, but he's out on other affairs and businesses. So we have our brother, good brother and family member E Bizzle sitting in the house. And
yes, sir. You know, I wanted to say this. Peace, Karima. Peace.
And you know,
thank you for having me.
And you know that when we come here in the Lion's Den, we give you the 7 I's. That's intelligence, integrity, inspiration, influence, independence, insight, and bona fide information. And when you roll with the lions and the lionesses, you're rolling with the pride. Cause we roll with PRIDE. We're always permanently ready and destroying evil, starting with our own. And you know, we're one of the many factions of the anti-coon movement. And what's a coon? A coon, COON, a complete, obedient, obvious, yes, a boss nigga. We don't do that here. There's no coons rolling with the proud head. Now, also, when you come into this house, you also gonna be hit with the facts. That's FACTS. Frequent, accurate, correct truths. That's what we roll with here. Also, when you come into the Lion's Den. And here in the Lion's Den, we ask the number one question. Aren't you tired of being lied to? Well, if you are, welcome. Cause we roll in St. John 4:24. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must, not might, not maybe, you must worship him in spirit and in truth. And we give you the whole truth and nothing but the truth here. And we roll in St. John 8:32. Okay, know you the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Got a little tongue tied. And please understand that here in the Lions Den, we also practice freedom of speech, but responsible speech. And what's the number one rule governing freedom of speech by way of the Lord? Think before you speak. So we give careful consideration to what we say before we say it. And last but not least, Karima, myself, E Bizzle, Yeshaya when he's on deck, we are what you call empathetic. We understand that there are those you out there who can't handle the truth, reality, or facts. So if you have a severe alert allergy to truth, facts, and reality, well, you have our deepest sympathies because we ain't gonna compromise it for nobody. Okay? So if you can't handle the truth, roll out now. If you can't handle the facts, you can roll out now. If you can't handle reality, roll out now. And I conclude in the introduction the number one house rule as set forth by one of our beautiful family members, I Am Manna. When you come into the Lion's Den, please wipe your feet, mind your manners, conduct yourself in an orderly manner, and enjoy yourself. And with all these formalities out of the way, we are now clear for takeoff by the seventh answer, and we're going to take flight. As the conversation continues, we're talking about and remembering Rosewood. January 1st, 1923. We're now 101 years up from that horrific event. And here it is. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to go hard and heavy in the paint. But before I do so, on my end, since you're here, E Bizzle, my brother, we talking about Rosewood. What's on your mind, E Bizzle?
Man, you know, man, once she put it up there, I just thought about all our people that's out here and outside of Chicago and Robbins. Robbins is a little small town, and they did the same thing out here in Robbins. They did the same thing. So I say these people they've been doing this stuff for years, years. But
Okay,
our
now,
people,
clue us in on
our people
when
don't
you
want
say
to talk about. Go
Robbins.
go ahead, brother. Go ahead, good
No,
brother.
no, 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 no. You're saying when you say Rob, we're not familiar with. Are you talking about Robbins, Illinois?
Yeah. Right outside the city. Yeah, yeah.
So break down what happened. Who's the day and what happened?
Oh, man, they burned it down in the 1930s. They burned it down. So my family, we one of the oldest families is, from out here in Robbins, out the Bowies and Bonds. So, we one of the oldest families out here. But they burned it down. They did the same thing like they did in Rosewood.
And when you
They
say
burned it,
day,
they burned
are
it
you talking
down.
about? So when you say they, are you talking about a white mob?
Yeah. White mob. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to cuss because I know last night I was cussing, so I don't want to cuss. So
Well,
oh,
listen, listen. We all come from the rough, rugged, and raw, and rough cut. But here, what you got to do. Here, what you do. Just start. Like me, I tune into my inner Steve Urkel, and I come up with another dietary curse words. You know, rather than say bull, you say,
you ain't say Steve.
yeah, I said that's right. I said Steve Urkel. I'm a nerd by nature, and I'm unapologetic about it. So I'll say bull dookie doo. You know, you know, I'll say, you know, like my man George, like my veteran, my all-time favorite comedian George Wallace. I'll say a motherflocker. You know, there are other ways to be colorful without being super spicy. Cause see, we're in prime time and we have children listening, so we want to give them so we want to get. I want to go in the spirit of how Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Fannie Hamer, and so many other pioneers from yesterday, when they would have their symposiums and debates, they, came with, even Martin Luther King. They all came with another way and means of communicating publicly. That's all. But but it's all love. You come from the rough cut, so we'll work with you, my brother. But you know what? Listen, Rosewood, Florida, you all. See what but you're getting ahead of us, Bizzle, because see, I'm gonna go into other areas of what transpired in this country. Okay, besides just Rosewood, besides Black Wall Street. See, you're Robbins, Illinois. You are touching on something that I heard of, I was aware of, but now you're confirming it. So, for all you who are tuning in, this is why you should be appreciative that you have Karima, the seventh answer, and this powerful medium, the Lion's Den, going on. Okay, because there's no one who's going to talk about our issues except us. Okay, and there are other voices out there that I urge you to go listen to. Even if they're not coming from a biblical standpoint, they still have certain areas they got going on. I normally don't endorse anyone, but I, in particular, like Professor Black Truth, Torian Rain. I like also at times when he's not repeating himself 5 or 6 times, Dr. Umar Ifintunde. I like also my fellow Israelite sister, Lisa Cabrera. There are a lot of voices out there. You got Sabby Sabs, you have Pink Book Lessons dropping it. See, I always believe in going out here in different areas and in this vast cyberspace and social media network, and listen to other voices. This is how you increase your knowledge. This is how you increase the ability to respect other people's opinions, even if you don't wholeheartedly agree with everything they may say. But on this issue here, Rosewood, listen, we tonight we're gonna unapologetically roll out and lay out the bloody history of this country. See, now there are those who, from the Israelite standpoint, and those who hear us teach, say, wait, hold on. You always claiming and teaching that we have been brought here to America. We were born here to America to be punished for the breaking of a covenant that our forefathers established with our God, the God of Israel, so many centuries ago. And that's a true statement. And then there'll be some saying, but wait, well, hold up. If he made these white folks or whoever else to punish us, then why is he going to punish them for punishing us if he made them to punish us? See, this is why it's important to go open the Bible and read the stipulations on what the Lord laid out. Now, sure, there were curses that he said will be imparted upon us if we broke and breached the contract, which unfortunately our forefathers and elders of the time did do. But, even with those, he put us in their hands to be punished. He laid out stipulations to them on how it was supposed to have been done. See, that's why it's important to read all the stipulations of the contract. Yeah, he said that we will be taken by our enemies. True. He did put out that we will be punished. True. But all the things that they chose to do to us, though he didn't interfere, he let it transpire. He did tell them from the door in the book of Romans 11 chapter, don't you exalt yourself above my people. Don't do this, that, and the third to them. But they chose to do otherwise. So see, let me make this clear. When we come at anybody, especially white people, if you're for my white listeners, your punishment that's coming is not because your skin is so-called white. It's because your actions and deeds on this earth, given your rulership, have not been right.
Yeah, you know what?
We want to make that.
My bad,
We gotta make
my
that
bad,
clear.
brother. I
Come
had to
on in,
drop
come
off.
on in,
My bad.
come on in, coming in.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, no,
You want to speak? You
no.
want to speak? Right, go ahead.
What I was gonna say, they did the same thing to my people. If you look at Robbins, Illinois, right outside Chicago, they did the same thing, brother. They did the same thing. So I'm glad y'all doing this show. I'm glad Kareem put it up.
Yeah, well, you know what? Because see, the thing is, right, brother, it's like this. It's our responsibility to now honor our forefathers and mothers. It is now our responsibility to now bring this country up on charges. And make no mistake, to everyone listening out here, the one true God, some say Ahia, some say Yah, some say the great spirit, great debater, great, just plain great, the great father.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
say,
yeah,
Allah, some say Allahayim, Allahayam, but his name is Yahweh. The great power and the one true God Yahweh is now holding court, and it's only going to intensify as we go forth, and it's only a matter of time before he sends his great son, Yahweh Shai,
but
some say Yahshua, to come here and reign absolute destruction on this world
wait,
as
wait,
we know it right now.
wait,
Go ahead, brother.
wait. You see what's going on today in Vegas and New Orleans. You see what's going on.
Absolutely.
I was just telling
Absolutely.
Ariana. I said, man, destruction is coming to this nation. I don't care whether you want to call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever. I say destruction is coming upon this nation.
Well, how about this?
Go ahead, good brother.
You're only an observer, and see when you go into the book of Second Timothy's, the third chapter. The third chapter, it tells you that perilous times would come forth, and we're living in, and we're seeing these perilous times. People are on edge. People are going insane because a great many people see the divine judgment that's in play, and they're scared out their minds. But look, there's no escape. There is no escape. There is no. I'm letting everybody know, from white, Asian, whoever, all y'all who dipped your hand in the blood pool yesterday and still on my people, our people, you gonna be
Absolutely.
you are going to be dealt with, and you have to be dealt with under the spiritual principle of be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sow is what he gonna reap. You have sowed evil. You have sowed division. You have sowed chaos. You were given your chance, y'all. And what makes it so crazy that you were given a chance to share in this covenant, but you violated. All you nations, you violated your one-shot deal. Unlike the children of Israel, we were given a Savior in Christ, even though we didn't deserve it. You only had one shot, and you got it, and you failed miserably. You've used murder, mayhem, violence, bloodshed, and you cannot escape this judgment that's coming on your head. See, I can understand why you got Ron DeSantis, Joe Biden, and so many other people out here. You want to shut down critical race theory. You want to remove Black history. You want to try to, how you say, renaissance. You want to renaissance Black history. But no, you are not going to escape the judgment of the Lord, and you damn sure are not going to escape the blood that's on your hands. Now, for some of you who may not know what critical race theory is, CRT, you've heard it. You've heard it. You may not have investigated. I always try to make things simplified without everything being all, complicated. In basic terminology, in basic words, what critical race theory is the examination of America using law and the construction of law to identify a continual evil but subtle. It's sneaky. Sneaky racism, systemic racism used in all areas of education. We're talking about employment, housing, you name it. And so tonight we're going to employ critical race theory to examine how. And because see, the thing is, the Lord always, whatever nation had we the children of Israel in captivity, there was always a certain time he required this nation to release us. It was always a time when we were allowed to flourish and prosper. But these people here following the same blueprint that the Egyptians followed. See, let's not forget that that Israel didn't serve a 400-year captivity in Egypt. Okay? We had sojourned there for a number of years by way of our father Joseph. Okay? But what happened is that Ramses II, okay, the pharaoh of the time, was jealous of our progress, and he said, if we don't conquer these people, if we don't shut them down, they're going to overtake us in our own system and kingdom. Okay? And what had happened was, we know the history. For the next 190-something years, they came down on us with great rigor. So wherever we go in the world, all nations are jealous of us because why? The Lord put us, as Deuteronomy the 7th chapter tells you, above all people on the planet. This is why everybody's so jealous and so angry at in spite of all the hardships that they put us through, we still prevail. We still shine. Here it is, 400 plus inventions used the world over, created by who? The children of slaves or the children of Israel.
You know what, brother? You know what, good brother? You know what, good brother? I was just telling Ariana, I said, why you think the dream team in basketball and Sharika Richardson and all these sisters, why they run track better than everybody else? Everybody jealous of us.
Yes, indeed. Now, Ibiza, we don't know who Ariana is, but whoever this Ariana is, she must be a
No,
very
that's my daughter. That's my daughter.
Well, hello, Ariana. Nice to nice to know you formally.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad you. And you know
she
what?
listening right now.
And I'm glad you have your talks with your daughter, my brother. See, black fathers matter, y'all, and we love our children too, contrary to popular opinion. But moving on. So now, what we are dealing with and what we're seeing is the work. Now you're seeing universally the shift, but we're gonna remember Rosewood. So, Karima, while we're in the midst of our conversation, I want you to use the movie trailer Rosewood, and then we're gonna go into different documentaries, some long, some short, because like I said, there are other voices out there powerful, and they have a far-reaching, better research team. So they went. So I'm gonna go from yesterday. I'm gonna bring voices from yesterday to the day. We're gonna go all the way in. So we're gonna give you this trailer. But like I said, we're gonna remember Rosewood, but we're gonna remember this bloody history. We're gonna remember the bloody history of America. And this is why you're seeing the outbreak of violence and you're seeing the outbreak of anger and these people coming down on us the way they are because they know they have a lot to pay for. And you gonna pay. Make no mistakes about it. White America, you got a lot to pay for, and you gonna pay. See, the same way we had to deal with what our forefathers did, because see, it's a true statement that the sins of the parents can fall on the head of the children if the parents don't clean up. They're evil. And like Lamentations, the 5th chapter, 7th verse says that our fathers are not, and we've had to borne their iniquities. Yeah, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the Essenes, Epicureans, Herodians, all these renegade Israelite groups who were a thorn in our people's progress and a thorn in our God's side and in Christ's side, they caused a
But
ruckus that we've
but
had
but
to pay for. And
but
you know what? Our
you
elders and our hold on, and our elders continue to fail us, but we gonna be the ones now to clean up all the gobbledygook and make it right. Go ahead, E.
yeah, no. I was gonna say before she played the video, I said, I told my buddy, I said, you think it's funny? I said, wait till about 3 more weeks till Trump get in there and watch how these motherfuckers running out of here. I said, you think it's funny now? I said, watch that the Most High, he gonna use him to run all these motherfucking illegal motherfuckers out of here.
These mofos.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Mofo. Yeah, all these mofos that's been taking our jobs. I said, wait, give me about 3 more weeks, and watch what's gonna happen.
Yeah, he's gonna get those mother fudgers. Okay, he's gonna get them. You can say mother fudge, you know, or what mofo. He gonna get these mofos. You're right. And you know what? Listen, you cannot escape biblical law. Revelations 13, 9 and 10. If any man have an ear, and between your ears is your brain, the function, the organ used for thinking. If you have an ear, then hear this. He that leadeth in the captivity shall go in the captivity. He that killeth with the sword shall, not might, not maybe, shall be killed with the sword. And so you're wondering, so when you see all these things that are transpiring in the earth right now, everything is happening right on schedule. Christ said that when put your mute your mic, Ibizzle.
What?
When he said that in these last days of this world empire that we know called America, that was called Mystery Babylon, it's no mystery no more. But he said that when you see wars, or rumors of wars, and what do we have going on? Bosnia, Croatia, Russia, Ukraine, Croatia. We got Israel. You have Kazakhstan. You have wars brewing right here in America. You have wars
Yeah.
brewing right here in America.
You know what? In due time, I know Karima, she'll put it up, but John Mearshire, he's a professor out here at the University of Chicago, and he talked about how Putin, they was pushing to war by the United States and NATO. So, in due time, we'll talk about it.
Yes, sir. And when Donald Trump does reascend to the throne of the presidency, it is gonna be some stuff out here. It's definitely gonna be some issues going on, no doubt. There ain't no doubt in my mind about it. Okay, the fact that he survived 2 assassination attempts lets me know that there's clearly some forces out here that didn't want that man to be president. Okay, so definitely it's gonna definitely be some things that we're gonna see once he hits the presidency, 100 miles and running and
Well,
gunning.
his first two things he gonna deal with is immigration. He about to run these people out of here, and the second thing is bricks, because bricks that's a problem for the United States.
And what's
Because bricks
BRICS?
they trying to get off the dollar. So yeah, that's a problem.
Well, of course, because again, um, as James the fifth chapter, the book of James, the fifth chapter says, look, your money, your everything that you have going on is now out the window. When you read the book of Obadiah about Esau, his future, and the judgment, the Lord said that the men of your confederacy, those who you thought were down with you, those who you thought forgot what you did to them, now they're gonna turn on you. And this is
Yeah,
what's
yeah, yeah,
happening.
yeah, yeah. That's a
This is
big
what's
problem.
happening.
That
Jay
that's a big
Snake,
problem. Bricks is a big problem for the United States. That's a big problem
indeed,
because they
and
trying
Jay
to get off
Snake.
that dollar.
Well, of course, because the dollar is crumbling. The dollar's not worth anything these days. Okay, that's why. And at the same time, what they're trying to tell Americans is it: you can't come into our country, destabilize us, and think you're gonna run things. It's not gonna happen. And Jay Snake, I see you talking. What's going on? What's going on, brother? Nice to see you. And the bottom line is, look. Yeah, BRICS is going to be a problem because, again, it's time for America to go. People are tired. Look, not everybody, we all know this, we all know, not everyone has forgotten the evil that was done to their forefathers and mothers. See, America, what it is, they gotten so accustomed to us always turning the other cheek and being forgiving. They think everybody else is like us. But no, 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 no. Now judgment is in play, and now all these other nations, they mad too because look, they bought into this bag and put their hands on us, and they too know they're gonna have a lot to pay for
But
once
you know what,
once
good
the
brother.
wrath of the Father comes down.
You know what, good brother. A lot of people they don't understand. A lot of our people they don't understand. United States is a young nation. It's less than 250 years old. It's a young nation. When you look at other nations like Egypt or the Sudan, these people they've been around here 5,000 years.
Yeah, America's young in its construct, but it's only an extension of the Greek and Roman Empire. Don't you see? Let's not forget, as the book of Revelation said, that there'll be one beast that would rise, become injured, and then be reborn and restructured. That's talking about the Roman Empire when they got cut down and shut down. But centuries later, we see America and all these other previous empire, but America in particular is indeed that beast that would rise and definitely take the world over.
Yeah,
Okay, it
yeah,
would be
but you know what I'm saying though. It's a young nation.
young, but you know what? But yet, in being so young, it has been the most bloodiest, the most vile, and the most wicked of all
Oh yeah, oh
nations
yeah, oh
on the
yeah,
planet.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
That
We
now
got
that
our.
is something.
I was just
That is
telling
something.
Ariana. I said, man, I said, let me tell you something. We got our back beat in. All our brothers out here, we got our back beat in. It wasn't no games playing. They ain't playing no games with you right now.
And so now, if our algorithm is not being messed with and everything else, and you're able to join us. We're now welcoming you to another high-powered Lions Den presentation of the conversation continues. You know, we are your hosts, brother Malachiah, along with Ibizzle. We also have at the control tower the seventh answer, Lady Karima, and we're now going to run the trailer for Rosewood, and we're talking about and remember. Let me slow down. I'm talking too fast. We're talking about and remembering Rosewood as we're now in the 101st anniversary of the remembrance of Rosewood and that horrible, fateful day of January 1st, 1923, and what happened. Run it, Karima.
On the first day of January. They came on the first day of January and they did not stop burning and shooting and hanging and lynching until January the 7th.
It's a story that's rarely talked about, but it needs to be told. A dark moment in our state's history. The town of Rosewood was a small, predominantly black community not too far from Gainesville. It was destroyed at the hands of an angry racist mob. All that's left, their descendants who continue to tell their stories.
We were entrepreneurs. We had businesses. We had 3 churches in Rosewood. I mean, and this is in the early 1900s.
Rosewood is a part of Ebony Pickett's family history. She never lived there, but she can tell you all about it through stories handed down through 5 generations.
Everybody's lawns was manicured and there was roses all around, and it was almost like this picture perfect place.
That picture shattered on New Year's Day 1923 when a mob of white men invaded Rosewood, burning homes and churches and shooting people as they fled.
They came on the first day of January and they did not stop burning and shooting and hanging and lynching until January the 7th.
Pickett remembers being a young girl at family reunions and listening to the stories from the mouths of survivors.
When I would see the horror on their face, and then they would begin to wail and cry and, console each other. And it was like so emotional, and it was such a vivid picture because this wasn't just something I was reading in a book.
1923. The black town of Rosewood was a land of opportunity.
In 1997, Warner Brothers produced a movie about the town's history, bringing what happened on that tragic day to the big screen. The film, based on accounts at the time of what started the attack, allegations from a white woman in the neighboring community of Sumner that a black man had assaulted her. Pickett disputes that narrative. She says family members told her it was actually a white man who assaulted the white woman. Pickett's relative, Sarah Carrier, known as Aunt Sarah, was there.
And Aunt Sarah had been at her home that day, as well as with her granddaughter, Philomena. So both of them witnessed the white man that actually came into their home that she was with.
Aunt Sarah told the mob it was not true, but they didn't take her word. She would eventually be killed in the massacre.
These were my actual family members that was there and had remembered everything they had gone through. And they shared it with us. But they told us we could not tell anyone for fear that, the white mob would come back and kill them.
98 years later, their stories are still being told so that we may remember and never forget. And 8 people died during the Rosewood massacre. 6 were black, 2 were white. In 1994, Florida provided financial compensation to some of the Rosewood survivors, but family members tell me it's impossible to measure the human cost of what happened on January 1st, and nothing in the world that can compensate for it.
And we're back. And welcome to another episode of the Lions Den. The conversation continues. If you're listening by way of Facebook, welcome. If you're coming in through YouTube, welcome. And that's just one of many videos just to get you started. But as you can see, the far-reaching ramifications of what transpired. See, in America, we always told, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You niggers are always begging. You niggers are this, and you niggers are that. But now, you're starting to see that here it is, when we had our own, when the Lord was opening up doors of mercy for us, and we had our own economy, we had our own ways and means of making it. Because you always hear people saying, why come black folks can't unify and make a business? But see, you're falling for the media okie doke. But what you're gonna learn tonight is that we used to have our own. We had our own businesses, and we were doing just fine. But this white superiority thing, this doctrine of white superiority, which is nothing but inferiority. You had poor whites who were immigrating to this, who had migrated to this country, who were broke, who were poor, and they felt some kind of way seeing black folks rise above what they thought we should be living and how we should be living according to them. We had our own economy. We were on our way. We were progressing.
You
But
know, it's
just like
crazy.
hold on, let me finish, Ark. Just like Pharaoh in Egypt, they became jealous, they became worried because see, in order for their white supremacist doctrine to work, in order for their white privilege to work, we had to be destroyed and taken completely out in order for them to flourish. Because on an even playing field, they can't compete. How about that? Let's just say it just like that. That's why they're mad. People are mad right now at Vivek Ramaswamy, and they're mad at Elon Musk, but they're more mad at Vivek Ramaswamy, who said that a lot of you whites out there, you're lazy. You don't have anything. Everything you have is by taking it from someone else. They mad at Vivek Ramaswamy right now, who went off script criticizing black people, and now he coming for everybody. And now y'all mad, but it's the truth. But it's the truth.
You know what I told my buddy? I said, put me up against any of these. I don't want to say the word. I gotta be careful with my words. I said, put me up against any of these white guys. I just say it like that. Put me up against any of these white guys. I said, I swear to God, I'm gonna walk them down. I said, they ain't smarter than me. They ain't smarter than me. You heard me?
And there's nothing wrong with claiming.
No. I was gonna say, man, this female, her name was Kim. I call her Skeletor. You remember Skeletor from He-Man?
I do.
Yeah, Skeletor. Man, she hated me. She hated me. She hated me and my uncle. 'Cause she know my uncle was hard, so uh, she couldn't do nothing with my uncle. 'Cause my uncle was the boss, right? So, woo bop the bam. Uh, we just talked one day, and she say, you know what, Eric, I got a problem with you. I said, what's the problem? I said, what's the problem? You know what she told me, bro? You know what she told me? Hello?
I'm listening.
Yeah. bro, she said, I hate you. I said, okay. I said, okay, I got you. I got you. I'm glad you told me that. She straight told me like that. She said, I hate you. Go ahead, bro.
But see, it's that kind of hate, that demonic, jealous, spirited hate that caused Rosewood to happen, Black Wall Street to happen,
Yeah.
and so many other progress that we have put in place for ourselves to happen. So you see him, that we had our own. We were doing just fine without white America. We didn't need Washington, D.C., the government. We didn't need no one. But they couldn't have that happen because in order for their white supremacists and their white privilege to work, they have to destroy and crush everything that anyone else has. Especially us, since they know that we're the children of Israel. So here it was, you heard that they came in on a whole week, destroying and crushing everything that we had underfoot. And this is why we cannot. You have to put your mic on mute, brother. This is why we have to never forget our history. And this is why some people say, "Well, you guys sound like you're racist." No, we're not racist. We're not bigoted. Let me clarify. We're not bigoted racist. If someone were to ask me, am I a nationalist racist or bigoted racist, I would unapologetically let them know that I am a nationalist racist. And some people say, well, wait, is there a difference between a nationalist and a bigot? There certainly is. As a nationalist racist, I am unapologetically all about the exaltation of my people, our accomplishments, us getting our fair share of whatever we need as far as world resources are concerned. And I'm not going to let anyone come for my people and unjustly and not take a stand. But I'm also, as a nationalist racist, quick to recognize the underbelly of our people who give us a bad light and try to change that energy, straighten them up, straighten them out by first being an example. I walk around here like anybody else. I have my strength. I have my weaknesses. I have my angels. I have my demons. But as a nationalist racist, I recognize the power and the accomplishments that we have contributed to the world in its existence, and I'm not going to take a back seat to no one. Now, am I a bigoted racist? No, I'm not. And what's a bigot? Because sometimes we use words, we hear words, but never take time out to pick up the definitionary. I know some people say dictionary, but it's actually definitionary because that's the primary usage of it. You pick up your definitionary, open it up, and look up the meaning of words. And what you'll find is that the word bigot is that individual, male or female, who has this closed mind attitude about other people, other places, things, and ideas. See, if I were a bigoted racist, I'd be that person that would think that my people are better than everybody else on the planet and we don't have no faults, which would be a bald-faced lie. And that's how bigoted white racism works. You know what bigoted white racism is like? For all you ladies out there that have children, you ever come across that one friend? She can see how bad everybody else's kids are, But she can't see she got baby kid. She baby and her kids are bad as all hell. But she can see everybody else's kids, how bad they are. See, that's what bigoted, that's what being bigoted is. When a person can see everybody else being wrong and what's wrong with the black people or this people over here, but they can't see how bad their kids are, you know. So no, I'm not a bigoted racist at all, but I'm a nationalist racist unapologetically. And that's why when we do these shows, we come here unapologetically because we're not going to let no one talk about us and come at us, and especially among our people. We're not dealing with the coons. It's time for y'all to go too. It's time for y'all to go and be dealt with also. You got to go. So when we talk about Rosewood, we're going to remind our people tonight that we had our black businesses. We were
Yeah,
doing just fine.
you know what they did. You know what else they did, brother? Percy L. Julian. If you look at the history of Percy L. Julian in Chicago, he was the first black that moved to Oak Park. You know what they did to him? They threw a firebomb in his house. Firebombed his house. But go ahead, good brother.
Really, who's Percy Sullivan?
Percy L. Julian was a chemist. He was a chemist and a scientist. You know what they did when he moved out to Oak Park? He was the first black person to move. Oak Park is west of the city. It's a west suburb. So when he moved out there, you know what they did? They threw a fucking firebomb in his crib, bro. But go ahead, bro.
So they threw a freaking firebomb into a freaking
Yeah.
firebomb.
Man,
Wow, man.
they threw a firebomb at bomb that man crib, bro.
Now, see, I had no idea. See, this is why it's important. Whenever we come into our opening here, we always say somebody knows something. And this is why it's always good for us to be able to have our conversations and converse and exchange ideas and viewpoints, because again, I didn't know anything about this whatsoever. But it correlates to
Yeah.
what we're talking about tonight.
When you look at Percy L. Julian, he was a chemist and a scientist. When you look at his history, at Chicago history, he moved to the west suburb. He moved to Oak Park. Man, they threw a motherfucking firebomb in this shit and it blew his shit up. You
Okay,
understand?
but E-Bizzle, you're killing me, brother. The cursing. Come on, man.
My bad. I mean, they threw a firebomb in his house. I just say it like that.
But you know what? Listen, I get that. But this is why the jealousy, this evil, vicious jealousy that we deal with when it comes to these people, man. Look, that's why some of you out there talking about you don't think that white folks are the children of Edom. When the Bible tells you that they will have a perpetual hatred for us, these people have a perpetual, non-stop hate for us even now.
Yeah. I'm telling you what Skeletor told me. I'm telling you what she straight told me. She said, "I hate you." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay,
And
I
see,
got
the thing is, right? This is why we have to now, in 2024, beyond all shadow of doubt, understand that integration was a big failure. And now the time has come, we gotta separate. There is no other way. Okay? In order for us to flourish and be who we are, the time has come now for another exodus. And it's coming. Whether you want it or not. There's some of you out here, you are content and you've been in agreement with hell. You're in agreement with hell, with this hell. But that's gonna be shut down, just like Isaiah the 28th chapter at verse 14 tells you. All that's gonna be put to sleep now. And this is why we're doing this presentation to show you that we had everything going on. But it's always been this country, white America, its principles of white supremacist doctrine to keep us impoverished, to keep us down. And we let them.
But
It don't help.
I'm gonna
We
tell you,
let 'em.
like this. I'm gonna tell you like this, good brother, is that these Africans, they not messing with us. These Jamaicans, they not messing with us. Man, we are special people. That's why when you look over there in that Zechariah 2:8, that's what he say, man, I kiss my people on the head. Israel. Israel is a special people. Is a special people. A lot of our people, they don't want to admit it, but we are a special people to the Most High. You understand me? You understand? Hello?
Your mic.
His mic shut down.
Yeah, baby Hebrew, your mic.
Yeah, his mic shut down. Unmute your mic, bro. Karima, you still there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. Apparently, I hit the wrong button and pushed myself out. Now,
Yeah. That's what I just did earlier.
okay, but but listen, we are a special people. Let me just clarify what makes us special. See, whenever we say we're the chosen of the Lord, He chose us as His people to do what? To rule and govern the entire planet Earth under the laws and the commandments of the Bible. To do what? Over all nations and all over the world. But first we must be an example of His righteousness and His light. That's what makes us
You
special,
know one thing
and
about it. You
and
know
that's
one
what
thing
we.
about it. When you look at Isaiah 49:6, he said he chose us before the earth. And it's the same thing with Jeremiah 1:5. He chose us before the earth to teach. That's why so many brothers is out here. Well, I could say it, out here in Chicago, and heavy, heavy sisters is out here in Chicago that teach. So he told us to teach. You understand me?
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. I want to clarify what makes us special and why so many other nations hate us so much and envy that the Lord didn't choose them, and why it's so important for us now to take back our inheritance and once and for all keep this commandment and keep this covenant so we don't have to suffer no more captivities. The fact that we've been through 14 captivities throughout the centuries is utterly embarrassing. And see, this is where I do have to take a look that a lot of things that we suffer could have been avoided if we do what we're supposed to do for our God, and He in turn look out for us. See, a lot of the stuff that we had to
Yeah, but
deal with,
but
though.
you gotta realize,
Hold on, brother, brother, brother.
you gotta realize something. You
But
gotta
hold on, brother. Let me
realize
finish.
something.
Allow me to finish, brother. But what all I'm saying is that listen, there's a lot of intellectual and emotional immaturity among our people that we now got to clean up. We also have to recognize the fact that we are suffering a deep, deep psychosis, and there's a serious, serious mental illness that runs among our people that we got to clean up as well. Now, go ahead, make your point.
God damn it.
You were saying something, Ibizzle?
No. I was gonna say that's why I appreciate Karima for putting this broadcast up, because she ain't gotta do this shit. She could be up there making some goddamn it macaroni and cheese and goddamn it jerk chicken and shit. You know what I'm saying? And chilling. But I said, man, I appreciate that, sister. But I will say this. I will say this. These people, they hate, they hate us. And that's why I ain't giving Fat Joe no fucking pass. Man, fuck that nigga. Straight
Yo,
like that.
Biz. Hold on a second.
Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad, my
Please
bad.
clean up the
Yeah,
linguistics,
my
okay?
bad, my bad, my
Okay,
bad.
I get it. You was on another program. I seen you a couple of days ago when they was talking about Fat Ho. That's what I call him, Fat Ho.
Yeah. You are what's good? What's good, brother?
Chilling, man. I ain't want to come
Yeah,
on because
good,
I don't
good,
like coming
good,
on
good,
late,
good,
man.
man.
I don't
Happy
like
Happy
coming
New
on
Year.
late. Nigga, you know we don't say that up in here. It ain't even the new year, bro. Not
Yeah,
yet. We'll
I've
wait.
been, I'm just trying to be, polite, brother. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's it. That's it.
That Rosewood, man. What happened 102 years ago, man, that was a real tragedy. But that ain't the only tragedy that took place, man. You talking about at least about 100 black townships been burnt to the ground because of the white man's anger for us, man. And this is why every year tornadoes hit those areas where these crackers done destroyed our people's black
Well,
townships every
you
year.
know where you know where hurricanes come from. Hurricanes come from the
Hmm.
west coast of Africa.
Hmm.
And that's where they bang out here in the west. People, they don't even
Oh yeah, no
understand that.
doubt. Yeah, absolute.
And so now joining the broadcast, we have the captain, brother Yeshida, JT Raw, and we are talking about Rosewood. Now, you're talking about 100 years. Karima, 100 towns. Karima, there's a video I put up on that very subject matter. We're talking about Rosewood, but now we're gonna expand the destructive evils that were put upon us in all of our progression here in America. What we want to show is
Yeah.
is that beyond all shadow of doubt, that the reason that you see Arabs, Chinese, Japanese, East Indians, and every other nation in black communities the world over, okay, but especially in America, it's being done deliberately and systematically because they don't want us to have an economic foothold. And see, it doesn't help that we've had our own so-called black leaders, okay, after the real black leaders were assassinated, the Malcolm X's, the Medgar Evers, the Fannie Lou Hamers, the Martin Luther Kings, the Charles Hamptons, Fred Hampton, Huey Newton.
Don't forget
See,
about Percy L. Julian.
you got Percy L. Julian. We're talking about um all the real brothers.
Nat Turner,
Nat Turner.
Paul Robeson.
But what I'm talking, yeah, Paul Robeson. But what I'm talking about is in the time frame of our economic development. There's a reason why you had J. Edgar Hoover with the counterintelligence program subvert the Black Panther Party and all these other progressive black groups who were about establishing black businesses because, again, the number one thing they didn't want to do or see is us progress above them. All right? See, there was a time they were supposed to let us go. They should have been let us go up out of this captivity that they held us in, but they're still holding us. But see, again, it don't help that we've had among our own people so-called leadership who sold us out. But that's now being destroyed and abated as we speak. And so when we do this broadcast, what we're trying to show our young people as well is that contrary to popular opinion, we can work together. We were working together. We had our own. Don't get it twisted. But see, the reason that you have, again, every other nation in our community is because it's a deliberate and conspiratorial objective to keep us broke and poor. See, the one thing that Rosewood and all these progressive towns did not have in place was a military. See, when you understand that when you're dealing with savages, when you're dealing with gangsters, you have to have in place a military to defend your interest at all costs. That's the one aspect of developing what we had here in this society we didn't have in play, a military. See, theoretically, we all hear America give you this, well, everyone can get their fair share here. You can say what you want here. You can be what you want here. But in practice, as Malcolm X and so many others who came before us said, in practice, that's not the reality. And the only way you're going to make that a reality is if you're ready to defend yourself against any and all invaders or gangsters trying to encroach on what's yours. And that's what we didn't have in play here. See, we thought it was all about you get your fair share and have your fair share. And then what happened? You had gangsters and deviants come in and do what? Knock us out the box, and we let them. That what angers me. We had among our people those who let them, who allowed them to and led them to do it. So remember, when you get the video, it should be titled 100 Towns or More Destroyed in America. We're going to show you, we're going to confirm what Brother Yeshaya just observed. See, this goes beyond just Rosewood. And so we hold in court tonight to show that, listen, never forget your history. This is why you have to follow the directive of Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, and the 8th verse, where it says, remember the days of old. Consider the many years. Ask your elders, and they shall tell you. See, we're told to forget our history. Oh, don't forget the Holocaust. Don't forget the Alamo. Don't forget Pearl Harbor. Don't forget, Vietnam or whatever. But when it comes to our history,
9/11.
Don't forget 9/11. That too. Your 9/11. Don't forget that. But when it comes to black, forget that. Forget slavery. Why you guys still? You're not a victim. You guys are always complaining. What? No, never forget your history. See, this is why they want you to. This is why you have a segment of white America that wants you to forget your history. This is why you got Ron DeSantis out of Florida, the governor of Florida, and Joe Biden, and all the other Ku Klux Klan, low-key Ku Klux Klan bunch wanting you to forget history. And this is why we do these presentations. Because we're not going to forget. We're never going to forget, because if we forget, it's doomed to be repeated. That's what you got. The brother Robert Brooks got beat to death. The George Floyds and all. You keep wanting to turn the other cheek and forget, and they are kicking our eyes out through our behinds. So when you're able to bring up the video, criminal, by all means, if you can't get that one, then you can use another one concerning Rosewood. But what we showing, we're gonna hold roll call tonight.
I think one that says 200, and it says, I think what it says. It says 200 black cities drowned underwater.
You know what? Yeah, use that one. Thank you. I called it wrong.
Yeah,
Let's bring that up.
That one is monetized. Somebody monetizing off of that one.
Oh, they're monetizing it. We can't use it. All right. See, this is why I'm glad. See, forgive my ignorance when I do. Oh, see, you know what? I didn't know that. So if we can use one of the other videos, then that we can bring up. But as Yeshida pointed out, there are 200 towns that were established by black folks, and we were progressing, doing real good, and the government came in and deliberately flooded them out. So this Rosewood is just the tip of the iceberg. But because of all the bloody evil that transpired with Rosewood, we got to talk about it, because again, most of the people were not given reparations nor compensation. So Yeshida, give your take on it. Hold it down.
Yeah. The white supremacist mind of America and the hatred they built this kingdom upon. It's all right that he or she, they have something in this country, but they don't want you to have nothing. And you built this society for them. This is why their kingdom is solely fallen. And they know it. What you gonna do to try to save it? They got a man coming in the next couple of weeks who promised them that he gonna turn the clock back to make America once great again. Well, that's sadly not gonna happen, because we not on man's time, we on the Most High's time. And there is a time frame, a time limit where this kingdom will be dismissed permanently. And I'm gonna tell these so-called people that run this world, you better get ready for change. The change that's gonna be on your legs and your hands, because you're gonna be building up the kingdom that's coming. All you rich Illuminati families, Rothschilds and Bilderbergers, Rockefellers and Gettys and DuPonts. It's too many of them to name. Y'all gonna be the new slaves, captives. What is done to us shall be done to you. But a lot of y'all, the jealousy that y'all have, man, and the hatred that you got for the people that you destroyed. You're jealous of a people that your ancestors have destroyed. And you're jealous of them. And you have the world in the palm of your hand. You ain't lost no white rights in this country. White privilege ain't went nowhere. What you angry about? That's my question. I want to ask them, what are they angry about? We the people that lost, not you. You ain't lost anything in this country. Our people came here on cargo slave ships by your forefathers in chains. They were sold on auction blocks. What you think you people supposed to get scot-free off of all the crimes that you committed? Y'all have colonized every country on earth. You're in Africa, robbing the land of its mineral resources. You're trying to tell the people that the originators of the land how they supposed to live. I mean, man, why don't you take your raggedy ass back to where you go, but where you belong? You got the Dutch over there in South Africa. They mad as hell now because black people in South Africa have rights. Ain't your country Holland? That's where you belong. But these people have been invaders. The party is over with. And the honored guest is coming to the party as the Almighty God. But he ain't coming with no gifts. You dig what I'm saying? He ain't coming with no gifts. He coming to close the party, shut it down permanently. America is finished. The white power structure of America is finished. And the white power structure of this world, y'all are done. You finished. There's nothing y'all could do to save this empire. You've been sold a whole lot of BS, garbage, trash by a man in this country, Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't got the power to change nothing. Make America great again. What does that really mean? He want to make America fully white again, where you had no voice, no power, no nothing. You just had to comply to their rules and their regulations. If it was up to him with that slogan, he turned everything back to where it once was. Black only water fountains. White only water fountains. Black people got to go in the back of the bus. Same thing. But America is on borrowed time. And a lot of them know that. And a lot of y'all are scared. And there's a lot of white people coming out now telling the truth that they know the real people of the book is you Negroes in this country and scattered abroad. They saying it. Because when you read the scriptures,
Matter of fact, hold it down. I'll be right back.
No, she could play the video if she want. Karima, you there? Are you there? All right, till she come back. But there's a lot of white people walking around. They saying the real Jews, the real people of the Bible, are you Negroes who were scattered abroad and sent to different countries all over the earth. They know this. Because when you read the scriptures, how could you match anything to these people that's in the land of Israel today? Nothing connected to them matches what the Bible is saying. Nothing. Not at all. All 12 tribes should be in their land right now. I mean, these people been there since the late 1940s, 1948. There was a Balfour Agreement that was signed by the Rothschilds, and it was agreed by the United States here in New York City, called the United Nations. All nations was on board. Prior to 1948, the United Nations was called Assembly of Nations. So in 1948, they became united in hiding and protecting this lie that these people that was placed in the land of Israel in 1948 are the true people of the Bible, which is a damn lie. See, the whole world gonna know the real story of the Most High and his angels, his son, and the people when that sky opened up one day in Christ's return, and you white folks don't see white Jesus. You gonna know the deal.
Teach, brother. Teach.
That's what's coming. That's what's coming, son. When they don't see white Jesus, man, all your white dreams of paradise and heaven gonna be shot. You dig what I'm saying?
That, but you know what's
Yeah.
crazy?
Just
You
don't
know
you
what's
like I
crazy? You
said a
know what's crazy?
quick point. Quick point. Please just you could talk, but don't use profane. Please. Please just do that.
Okay, okay, I
All
got
right,
you. I got
thank you.
you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know what's crazy? When they went before the United States Congress, one of the white pilots, he said he was looking out the window, right? So he said he seen he said he looking out his peripheral vision. You know how you look out your peripheral vision. So he said he seen a craft. I said, man, that ain't nothing but the Most High. That ain't nothing but the chariots coming back. But go ahead, good bro.
Yeah, man. See, why would they want a kingdom like this to end? This is your glory. And do you understand that this is the only glory that they ever gonna have anymore? After this kingdom ends, there is no more glory for them. They gonna know what it's like to work and work for free. Like our people gave them over 200 and some odd years. Free labor. Didn't pay them a dime. Any black man or woman in this country today, you fighting for America to stay on, you a damn fool. You're not thinking about what your forefathers and your foremothers went through in this country dealing with the racism of these people. You ain't thinking about none of that. You want that kumbaya to come back. Everybody, let's get along. Everybody, let's love and all that. When I was a kid back in the, when I was a little boy back in the '70s, there was a commercial with all nations, right, on a mountaintop drinking Coca-Cola. I want to teach the world to sing and give your next door neighbor a Coke, Chinese people, Japanese, white, black, everybody in there. Well, that world don't exist. And it ain't gonna never exist. Well, white people in this earth got to face the facts. Just like our forefathers got us in trouble for disobeying him, y'all gonna have to pay the price for the crimes your forefathers have committed and what you still continuously doing. Somebody gotta answer for that. And we know y'all ain't tough like you claim you are. How many times people heard stories of a white man, a white woman, they lose their job, they go on a killing spree and rampage and all that. That's true. That's true talk. I don't know any black man that went on a damn rampage because he lost his job. Have you? Have you heard any? I mean, keep it real. Have you heard of any Negro in America that lost a job? I lost jobs when I ain't went out and shot nobody, bro. I ain't went out and killed my wife and children and my grandmama and mama and shit and my father. I mean, let's keep it 100, man. They can't take pressure, man, like we can. They ain't went through what your home. They have not went through what we went through, bro. You understand? Let's keep it real, bro. And I'm gonna say this too. Hold up.
That's real. That's real. What we talking?
And I'm gonna have to home. If you look at the Holocaust, right? Holocaust was from 1933 to 1945. Now they said that 6 million people was put in ovens and burnt to a crisp. How many of our people was killed in this country? You know how many?
Man, it was over 150 million people that was
So
killed.
how you gonna tell me that 6 million is a greater number than 100 and something mil? Explain that to me. And let's throw it out there. Hitler was from Austria, right? Do y'all know that he practiced the Jewish religion first before he got into his Nazism and all of that white supremacist mindset of Germany? Anybody know that he was a so-called Jewish man following the Jewish religion? Adolf Sugarbook from Austria, where Arnold Schwarzenegger is from. He found out that the real people of the book are people of color.
And
So
you
he
know
said,
what's crazy? You know
"Yeah,
what's crazy? You know what's crazy about that? That's why
what?
Schwarzenegger. That's why when he got with that Kennedy girl,
hmm
yeah, that's when they got
Look at
plugged
his
in.
name. Look at his name, Arnold. The word, the word Schwartz already mean black.
Yeah. No. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, his, and the way it's spelled, nigger. I mean, like, what does it sound like to you? I mean, am I wrong? His
No,
name
hell
was
no.
actually, it sound like Arnold Black Nizzo. You feel me? That's
Yeah,
what it sound like, son.
that's when he got with that girl from the Kennedy family. That's
Yeah,
how he got plugged in.
Maria Shriver.
Yeah.
You dig it? Yeah,
Okay, what video did she just play?
none. She let her play it now.
Yeah, I want to talk about before I play this video, I want to talk about what was going on in that black man's mind that plowed in that crowd. What was that, yesterday
Yes, it was.
in New Orleans?
Yeah, New
Yeah, in New
Orleans.
Orleans. They said he had a flag. I guess, and I don't
No,
know. It's
you know what's going on. You know what's going on, Sister Karima. They got undercover stuff going on, just like in Vegas. You heard about the stuff in Vegas?
no,
Hello.
but what that got to do with the black man killing off them people?
Well, they, I think dude was a dope fiend. To be honest.
I I don't think he's a dope thing. I think it's deeper than what it is because he was connected. He had bombs. Okay, so they said the man came out of Mexico and he was with a passenger when he came out of Mexico. So I don't know what happened, but it probably was. I'm believing that I'm thinking that he probably got into a situation where something happened in Mexico where they probably threatened him and his family because he got videos where I think he do real estate or things like that, and his mind frame was like, he wasn't on that. So I'm like, whatever he came across in Mexico, that person that he was with probably threatened him, put them bombs on him for him to wild out like that. He killed 10 people, I guess,
Yeah,
30
they they
people.
they they, they say the FBI all down there in New Orleans.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But he came out of Mexico, and they attached him with bomb. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's kind of crazy for him to wild out like that. You know what I mean? And go crazy with these bombs, and then start shooting people. He got out, start shooting.
Yeah, you really
Well,
not gonna
but you know, the
see
thing
no
is, we got a
negative.
lot. But Kareem, we got a lot of ticking time bombs. But it take me back to when you had gave the video showing how you have all these networks of different people coming into this country with an agenda to
Right.
attack
Now you
to
see where I'm
attack
going with it.
to a no. See, yeah, the minute I heard the story last night, I mean this morning, when the minute I heard the story, I thought of you. That I immediately reflected back on how in that video they were indicating that most of these people coming to that border and through all these different entry points are military trained or have some kind of military
Right.
background. Okay, and biblically, and I think about the biblical verse in the book of of Obadiah and other books where it predicts that there will be ticking time bombs and cells that would enter this country and would start rendering vengeance of their own magnitude, okay, upon the people here in America, and everything else. So yeah, for you to tell me this now, I'm not
But
surprised.
but you have to realize something. You have to realize something. Karima and a good brother. The the biggest terrorist in the United States was Timothy McVeigh when he blew up them buildings down there in OKC. So we can't look at and say, okay, well, this black brother, he killed 15 people. You know what Timothy McVeigh did? He killed over 200, 200 people.
Yeah, we're not doing no comparison. We just basically
No,
trying to
but
figure out what
kill, but
what
what we're looking at.
is.
No, I'm sorry about that, Seven. What we're looking at, brother, is now all these ticking time bombs that are literal walking two-leg ticking time bombs. This whole border entry, border issue where you had all these people coming through, not many of them were looking for asylum. Some are coming in from China, coming in from other countries. They have big beef with America. Okay, some of them coming in carrying things that look like they were carrying weapons. Okay, so here for this guy to be able to permeate space and opportunity where he was allowed to plow and run down and kill 10 people and injure dozens of others. And then he also had
But
bombs
but but
and
but
other
you
things.
you you have
But,
to
hold- but
understand.
hold on. But what
Big
I'm
big.
saying,
You gotta let him.
what I'm saying,
You gotta let him. You gotta let him finish his thought, okay?
right?
Because
So what I'm looking at, what we're looking at, what we are looking at is now the beginning of terrorist cells now popping off. The fact you had not only this issue in New Orleans, but now you got me. You talking about there was something happening in Las Vegas? Look, come on, man. All this stuff is coordinated, and going forward, we're gonna see some things. We saw things brewing last year, so to speak. But now you think it's not going to pop off once Donald Trump becomes president? You think that what's happening in Russia, Ukraine, and all that? Look, I listened to what Vladimir Putin said when he told Joe Biden that if you give Ukraine the green light to use long range missiles on us, that's going to be a problem for you. You think that there are other people who have a vested interest in Russia who don't owe
Well,
Russia
you you
favors?
you you got you
And
got
this
to
this
understand.
and this is why.
You got to understand something. Vladimir Putin, they've been killing people since he was 20 years old. He been killing people. You understand that, right? He was
I
with the
do.
KGB. They've been he been killing people since he was 20 years old.
But my point, what I'm trying to establish, given the video that Karima gave us a couple of months back, is that all these people are connected. This act last night was not just something that happened in a vacuum. There's a rhyme and a reason as for the fact that this guy's tied to Mexico, came by way of Mexico, and then this happens. Then the event you said took place in Las Vegas. What we are looking at right now is biblical prophecy unfolding, like the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter said, that when they would cease to do evil or be conniving, all those who America has wronged will now be treacherous with you. They're gonna deal evil with you. They're gonna deal treacherous with you. See, look, you think China's forgotten what America did to them? You think that all these other countries that America came into, Vietnam, you name it, and upheave their economy, killed off thousands of their people. You think they've forgotten that? They haven't forgotten. Or, and if not them, their allies. See, this is what we're looking at. So, like she said, this runs deeper than this some black guy getting in a Jeep and plowing into a bunch of people, man. This goes deeper. And we all need to be very careful and be very watchful as to what is transpiring and going on in this country. Emotions are running high. This beating of Robert Brooks, yo, I'm seeing people, it's building now. This thing is building. And the fact that these damn prison guards, these thugs haven't gotten arrested. Yo, come on, man. It is this thing is about to erupt. And and what Karima's alluding to a degree is that there are terrorist cells in here about to bring havoc on this country. And we all better pay attention and brace ourselves for what's about to erupt. So go ahead, E. Bizzle. You want to make a point, or you want to run the video, Seventh Answer?
No. It's definitely about to get rocked. But my thing is this, is that when you look at this guy, they say, well, he was with a terrorist organization. He's with ISIS, or he was with the Mexican mafia and all this bullshit. Well, I mean, all this bull crap. But I don't really think he was with that. I just think he was on some dope stuff. I really do.
Well, it would have to.
It was more than that, but it's hard to understand and comprehend when you keep interrupting the brother to make your point. I understand.
But the lone wolf terror, see, again, it takes a lot of sophistication to be able to permeate and penetrate that space that is tightly policed, Brother E. Bizzle. No lone dope up, coked up dude would be that sophisticated to be able to penetrate that space and then execute what he did. That takes that is not something that a coked up, wild out dope fiend gonna do. Most dope fiends, if you wanna put that in there, you want somebody who's coked up and doped up, usually want to just go someplace and lounge and be left alone and enjoy their high. Okay. Now, typically, you don't find someone coked up or hopped up going out committing terrorist acts, of that magnitude. No, that was planned. That was definitely orchestrated. And again, the fact that he was taken alive, you got to take a real good look at that. Okay, there are a lot of things that are engineered, and we just have to be much more. We have to upgrade our outlook and expand our outlook.
The man is dead. The man is dead.
What, they killed him?
Alive. He dead.
When they killed him?
Yeah.
Oh, he dead.
They killed him because he tried to shoot at them. They killed him on the spot.
Yeah, he gone.
Okay, I missed. My bad. My goodness, I'm okay.
He kind of off this doping stuff. Yeah, no, it's more than doping stuff. Yeah, but I'm gonna play a video. Let me show you who he is, real.
Good evening. I'm Shamsuddin Jabbar, property manager with Blue Meadow Properties and team lead at the Midas Group at Core Realty. I just want to say hello and let you know a little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things go off without a hitch. So I've taken those skills and applied them to my career as a real estate agent, where I feel like what really sets me apart from other agents is my ability to be able to, one, be a fierce negotiator. So not only do I brilliantly market your property to make sure it gets sold as quickly as possible or gets leased as quickly as possible, but I'm also going to take every ounce of energy and putting it into negotiating for you and for your property to get the best deal that you can possibly get for it. So once we get to the closing table, all the I's are going to be dotted, all the T's are going to be crossed, everything's going to go off without a hitch. And that is my word that I'm giving to you as
So wait, he was a prominent businessman. Okay. And
they're saying
I'm sorry.
have told them the suspect in this instance is believed to be dead. Breaking news line that we've had just come into us. It's coming from our partner station NBC, and they are saying that federal law enforcement officers have told them that the suspect in this instance is believed to be dead.
Okay, believed to be dead, or is he dead?
Dead, dozens injured after vehicle plows into crowd in what appears to be a terrorist attack. So the suspect drove a pickup truck around barricades and plowed his vehicle through a crowd of New Year's revelers on Bourbon Street in New Orleans at a high rate of speed, leaving 10 people dead and injuring dozens. While driving through the crowd, the suspect fired shots into the crowd, got out of the truck with an assault rifle, and opened fire on police officers. Officers returned fire, killing the suspect, who was not immediately identified. At least 2 police officers were shot and wounded. Explosive devices found in and around the scene on Bourbon Street were apparently found to be viable or real. New Orleans Mayor LaToya Centrell described the horrifying incident as a terrorist attack.
Yeah, Karima, we got Shaka. He's echoing what you just said a minute ago. Whatever he got, whatever that dude got.
Videos I want to play, but yeah, there's 2 other videos I'm gonna pull up. I got them up there, but that's pertaining to. But I want to show y'all this video right here too, real quick. That's irrelevant, but it's dealing with the children. But I want to show you this video real quick.
Touch my testicles. They like ease down and they put their hands right between my butt. Just pulled my drawers down and dug in my rectum.
The alleged victims keep coming forward. 8 Milwaukee police officers are under internal investigation, accused of performing illegal strip searches, including cavity searches on the streets. Were they wearing any gloves?
No, I didn't see not one. There was no gloves.
Kevin Freeman Jr. claims back in December he and some friends were violated during a traffic stop.
When they searched me, they like ease down and they put their hands right between my butt. And I try to reach back and when I try to reach back and try to stop them, they just got to slamming me on the ground. Only how we gonna make it stop is if we come together and stick together and talk about the problems.
Devontae Gercy is speaking now. What he claims the 8 officers under investigation from District 5 did to him should leave them with a record.
They do it all the time. It don't matter where we at, you know what I'm saying? They just treat us like we animals.
The 18-year-old claims he too has been the victim of those illegal strip searches the officers are accused of performing.
I felt my boxers go down and I don't even like talking about the situation.
But what happened?
They dug in my rectum
with their hands. I don't think they had no gloves. I didn't see them put no gloves on. They didn't even have time to go in their trunk and do none of that.
Honestly, it's like being raped if you ask me.
His mother, Bobby Barbosa, believes what the officers are accused of doing reflects to the disconnect MPD has with some in the community.
I do think that race, our area, and where we come from does play a part in it.
She tells me she originally contacted police after her 2 sons were allegedly victimized.
I've contacted the department today.
Totally naked and handcuffed.
Joseph Mays says he was raped by accused ringleader Michael Vagnini. Vagnini faces 25 counts for illegal strip searches, misconduct, and sexual assault. Officers Jacob Knight, Jeffrey Dolhoff, and Brian Kozalik also face charges.
After that, I got one officer right here. He's like, he's resisting. He get the token me. I got slob coming all down and got slob coming all down. It's all right here. He got the gun to my head.
In the criminal complaint, the victim is quoted as saying 2 other officers were hanging onto the victim's arms and one had a gun pressed against the victim's head. The man says he was also rectally searched by Officer Vagnini. From the criminal complaint, quote, Vagnini then put his bare hand inside the victim's pants and underwear.
When I got the cuffs on, he pat me down, but he just rushed his hand up my butt.
And he says,
Yeah, they too busy over here molesting people. But anyways, yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Listen,
you're right.
You know what? No, but you know what though? But see, what you did video though, for our audience, bear with us. But what we're doing now is bringing in videos showing you that what happened yesterday hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. That's nothing. What we just saw was just modern day buck breaking. That ain't nothing but buck breaking. That was, you had gay, homosexual slave owners that were raping the boys and everything, raping the men slaves. That ain't that's just modern day. That ain't nothing but plain all out rape. Call it exactly what it is, buck breaking. And so you see, when we do these shows and we bring in these videos and we seek out this information, everything correlate or is relatable. Everything ties in. So yeah, yo, come on, man. That is just like not using gloves, conducting cavity searches out in the public. That ain't nothing but modern day buck breaking. The same vile, vicious, evil acts they've been doing for centuries. That got my blood boiling right about now. And as far as the gentleman who got caught up, Shaka he echoed what you said earlier on a minute ago, Krim, about whatever he got caught up down there in Mexico. He definitely was looking for out, or he was just or whatever had him. Whoever had him hemmed up, he snapped completely. But this is why, when we do these presentations out there, we always saying, pay attention to your environment, pay attention to what's going on around you, because biblical prophecy, 2 Timothy's the 3rd chapter tells you that we will be living in perilous times, that there'll be madness among the people. People will be selfish, mean, vicious, murderous, seditious. We're seeing everything is playing itself out biblically right before our very eyes. And there's some of you out there, the only reason you don't want to see it is because you want to be blind from here on. That's the only way you cannot see this. But everything is playing itself out. And here it is, we get up off what we do is we get up off our behinds, right? And we don't complain about what ABC, NBC, or no other C is not doing for us. We're doing it for ourselves. See, you want to know why over the years Fox News is so big? Because white people support their agencies. They support them. Before he was dead and gone, Rush Limbaugh, you want to know why Rush Limbaugh, Rupert Murdoch, and you want to know why they so big? The Sean Hannitys, you name them, Why? Because their people support their venues. And this is what you have to learn out here. Support your venues. Here, we don't even ask for money. We just ask you to hit the smash the like and subscribe. And there are times when some of y'all want to come in here and you want to still issue complaints. I thought you were talking about Rosewood. No, now we're getting off Rosewood for a hot second. Because what happened 101 years ago is still happening now. That's the thing we're trying to point out, that we got to put in all our effort to shut down and stop. You shy now? You got something you want to say?
Rosewood is 102 years old. 1923. We in 25.
You're right, 102 years ago. But my point is, up 102 years old, and we still have all these things happening that should not be going on. Why? Because now, more than ever, the aspect of a military has to be put into play. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. As a matter of fact, Kareem, is there a Malcolm X video that I sent you? If you could play that video real quick, if I sent it, if not, I'm gonna go back out and I want you to hold it down, you shut it down, and I'm gonna get this Malcolm X video on the critical on why I'm saying what I'm saying right now. Okay? If there's a Malcolm X video, not from the one, it should be dealing with self-defense. But if not, hold it down, you shut it down. I'm gonna go right back out and I'm gonna come right back.
Yeah. Yo, Biz, go ahead, man. You want to talk?
No. Go ahead.
Nah, man. Go ahead, man. I just want to lay back. Go ahead.
No, yeah. I was just gonna say, man, the brother, man, he ain't lying about nothing. You know, these people, they've been sitting out here beating our back end for years and never had no, you know, no retribution for that. So now, when you look at the country right now, when you look at New Orleans and Vegas, now the country blowing up right now. So it ain't no games right now. It ain't funny right now. It ain't funny right now. You understand?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Well, yo, America got too much blood on their hands, man. You understand? And your boy, you white folks voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They let this problem come in here with these migrants and shit, bringing up in these gangs and shit. Trade the Agua, whatever the hell they damn name is. They had got their menace in all different states. You know what I mean? So, and you look at how much money they was giving them, man. Free money, free room and board. But our people been asking for reparations for how long? We ain't got no money for that. But hold up, you ain't got no money for reparations. How you got money to take care of foreign migrants? Explain.
Thank you, Yeshido. Thank you. Let me just chime in real quick on that. Because here it is. We watch the Democrats, y'all. For all you out there that get told that the Democrats are our friend, black people's friend, but yet you had $200 billion you gave Ukraine, $200 billion. Then you had over $500 million plus that has been spent on these migrants giving them thousands of dollars in EBT, food stamps and cash. Then putting them up in free room and board, giving them brand new homes, giving them apartments in Section 8, and giving them free everything in our faces. But there's no money, but you're gonna have the Candace Owens, the Al Sharptons. You got your who else? This guy, Larry Elders, the Brian Tatums, the Hodge twins, and so many of us talking about black folks. You don't deserve no reparations, and stop begging. You got this fool, old fool. I don't mean to go there, but Jesse Lee Peterson, all the rest. Yo, this got to know. They got to go, and they got to be swept to the side because you can't.
The mic was been begging. You gave them.
Yeah,
you gave them free money.
Hey, brother, just wait 3 more weeks. Just wait 3 more weeks.
Oh yeah, you no doubt. Oh, I can't wait.
Just wait 3 more weeks.
I cannot wait.
But the point I'm making though is this here. You had the United States government collectively and combined give these migrants and Ukraine, Taiwan, okay, and other countries within a short span of 4 years. We're talking about $800 billion combined. All that money combined, $800 billion, but there's no money. All we get is a study. All we get is a study. See, this is why I'm saying a now total and complete exodus and separation is all that is needed now. I am not going to wait. I am not, along with others who are down for the cause, we are not going to wait no another 400 years for anybody to decide if they're going to give us our fair share or our just due. The God of Israel ain't having that. That's not going to go down no more. So all you coons, everybody else, man, brace yourself because your judgment is coming. Not by me, not by nobody on this panel, but by the hand of the Lord. It's long overdue. It can't come fast enough, but it's coming. So run the video, Karima, when you're ready.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is the reason why I say the brother had help, because if y'all know about Torah, it's a car rental place where you rent your car to people. You understand what I'm saying? So he rented this car from a person out of Mexico, I believe, out of Mexico or something like that. I don't know if he rented it or used it. You feel what I'm saying? But there's another person that's involved into this play. So let me run this video.
The subject has been identified as 42-year-old Samsud Dim Jabbar, a U.S.-born citizen from Texas. He was driving a Ford pickup truck, which appears to be rented, and we are working to confer how the subject came in possession of this vehicle. An ISIS flag was located on the trailer hitch of the vehicle, and the FBI is working to determine the subject's potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organizations. Weapons and potential improvised explosive devices, IEDs, were located in the subject's vehicle. Other potential IEDs were also located in the French Quarter. As of now, 2 IEDs have been found and rendered safe. We are working with our partners to investigate this as an act of terrorism. We're aggressively running down all of the leads to identify the possible subject associates. We're working to ensure that there is no further threat. We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible. We are actively running down every lead, including those of his known associates. We're asking anyone who has information, video, or pictures to provide it to the FBI. We have set up a digital tip line as well as our 1-800 number, 1-800-CALL-FBI.
Wow.
Okay, so remember, I showed you a video of them coming in the States. Remember I showed you that, them coming across the border. It was a whole bunch of
That's why I mentioned it.
So again, you got to pay attention to what's going on.
And that's why I mentioned it, because now this is not no. I'm with you, Karima. The way she just ran down the narrative and everything on what they found and what they believe, this was not no random occurrence. Okay, but and definitely, again, I'm just gonna keep on saying the Bible is playing itself out. Like the book of Obadiah said, the men of your confederacy, Esau, are going to start coming against you on all levels. The fact that you've had people continuing to say that many of those migrants coming through those borders, well, they've been noticing they're all military-aged men. There's a gentleman by the name of Philip Scott. He has been harping on that for the longest, and it is odd that it's mostly men than that video you would show us with all these different people who are actually acknowledging or being acknowledged as being military trained, coming in with an assortment of luggage, what appears to be luggage, which could be weapons, and they're not being checked. And now you got this event, then you have the event in Vegas. Now, see, it was outside a bomb that blew up outside of a Trump establishment. Come on, yo. There's a connection. We may not be able to put our finger on it, but we see these things. So it's so much going on, y'all. But run the video, Karima.
Was driving a truck with Texas plates. That vehicle is said to have come through our border in Eagle Pass 2 days ago. The FBI is investigating the incident as an act of terrorism. And an hour from now, New Orleans police are set to give another official update. This is a brand new hour of Fox News Live. I'm Aline.
And I'm Brian Yennis. Officials confirm that the suspect behind the horrific incident is now dead. New Orleans police with this earlier today.
This event started at about 3:15. It did involve a man driving a pickup truck down Bourbon Street at a very fast pace, and it was very intentional behavior. This man was trying to run over as many people as he possibly could. It was not a DUI situation. He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy with this message last hour.
If they're terrorists, we can't let the terrorists win. We got to track them down, hunt them down, bring them to justice, and live on with our lives and not let them stop us from doing what we normally do.
Fox team coverage, David Spunt on the federal investigation. But first, Alexis McAdams with more on the details as they develop. Alexis.
Yeah, well, just since this morning, right, the death toll has stayed at 10, but it could also rise, according to officials, as they try to piece this all together. Also, we know there's more than 35 people that were injured. What were their injuries? They could have been either pretty severe, we're told, and they were transferred to local hospitals, or they could have just been from trying to run during this chaos, because you got to put yourself out there on Bourbon Street thinking about 3 a.m. People were still out there partying. You hear possibly gunshots, according to authorities. Also, ramming from this truck that just went right into that crowd, and people were trying to run for their lives. Listen.
What I also can tell you is that this man, this perpetrator, he fired on our officers from his vehicle when he crashed his vehicle. 2 of our officers have been shot. They are stable.
Okay, so per 2 federal law enforcement sources to Fox News, the suspect drove a truck with a Texas license plate. We saw it in those pictures. It's a white truck. It had a Texas license plate on it. You can't see the entire thing in the pictures we've received from the scene. We're told the vehicle crossed the border. Unclear if this specific driver, though, even drove it right through Eagle Pass, Texas. But supposedly that truck came in 2 days ago over there through our southern border. The only truck was only the truck that was traced to Eagle Pass. And it went right down Bourbon Street last night around this morning, around 3 a.m. So this has only been going on, this investigation, for a matter of hours, but they say it was fast. It was intentional, and this person was trying to hurt or kill as many people as possible out there. So the FBI is also working with authorities too to try and figure everything out in this case, calling it an act of terrorism. Several local elected officials are saying there is a possibility that this driver did not act alone. So talking about them having some type of event tonight with the Sugar Bowl, if there still is other people that could be involved that could impact planning. The Department of Public Works, okay, listen to this. They were upgrading the bollards along a section of Bourbon Street where this attack occurred. So they were trying to replace those old things that kind of, block traffic. They're those little they were plastic, I guess. They were trying to replace them with stainless steel, according to some of the reports we were reading. So back in the newsroom, they were trying to replace those. So that's what could have led to those barricades possibly not being in the right places, we're being told, if this driver was able to somehow go around those barricades on a night when there were thousands of people in the street.
Yeah, this was a public works program that started November 18th.
Yeah.
And was supposed to be scheduled to be done early.
Okay, we're back, and you're tuning into the conversation continues via the Lions Den, and we're your host, Brother Yeshaya Dar, along with myself, Big Baby Hebrew, Brother Malakaya, along with the seventh answer, Sister Karima, and we have our guest commentator, Brother E. Bizzle, on deck. And we're covering right now the issue. We're going in another direction right now momentarily, in the issues of what transpired last night, the two terrorist events that transpired. We're talking about what took place in New Orleans. Okay, as you can see, unfortunately, 10 people lost their lives, and now there's this thread that this gentleman who committed this heinous act was not a lone wolf terrorist, but may be connected. There are talks of him coming out of Mexico and having ties to certain things going on in that region. But whatever it may be, what we're looking at, though, the big picture that the seventh answer is trying to bring into play, is that these number of years with this border, open border, there were a lot of people coming through those borders with military training, some of whom had, if I recall correctly, had grievances and beefs with certain leaders in this country. Okay? If I remember that, some of the things that were being stipulated and talked about in that video. So, there may be some clandestine acts going on that we are now seeing happening and could be connected. Because Karima, now this is me. I'm gonna be very fair in the area of integrity. I'm gonna let this be known. This is purely speculation on my part. But when I look at this event, I think back on how that CEO of U.S. Healthcare was assassinated down here on 42nd Street of Midtown at the Marriott Hotel. I think about the fact that he was, about to take a big meeting of investors was about to take place in that particular instance, and then suppose this lone Luigi Mangione happened to be outside the Marriott and killed him at 6:45 in the morning. Okay, and now you got this event where this businessman, this realtor, or I think what was it? I think was a realtor. I forgot what he said he was, but whatever he was into, he had a business page and everything. He gets into a Ford truck, is able to navigate in a highly secured area, and in a top speed, run down and kill 10 people, and then jump out with high-grade weaponry and start firing on the police who cut him down. And then you had the Tesla, the cyber bomb that went off in front of one of the Trump towers in Las Vegas. So there's definitely some possible connections. This is purely speculative on my end. It could be, but all this could be tied together because they're just happening back to back now. So America, you got some serious problems, man. Run the video, Karima.
Wait, what? Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. They are here. They are here. They are here right now. They are on the U.S. soil. They are here on the U.S. soil, y'all. I'm gonna show you guys this video, man, and I'm gonna tell you guys what's happening right now in the U.S. soil. So now, check this video out. Y'all must share this video for real, y'all. Share this information. So check this out.
They let him through. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
So now, as you guys see, let me explain something to you guys, okay? When we tell you guys that be ready, be prepared for what to come, we don't just sit in here in media and try to run our mouth for no reason. You must understand, y'all, this right here is something that this going to blow a lot of a lot of people is not ready and they're gonna get caution guard. I'm telling y'all, those people that's coming from the border, that's not who you think they are, y'all. Please listen to what we say on here. Okay, we're taking our chances to let you guys know the real important information. So now today we also have 2 students just got attacked by some Israel soldier. You must understand that. They just declaring war here in United States soil, and the street media is not talking about it, yo. The street media is not saying anything. So I'm gonna need each one of you guys, please go ahead and share this video because we gotta come together, y'all. If we let those immigrants that's coming here, they will take over. They're going to take over, y'all. We don't want this to take, man. Please, y'all, keep your mind, keep your eyes open because it's about to hit the.
Yeah, as you can see, despite his, despite his being animated, he's making a very valid point. There are some things that are definitely coming down the pike and are happening, and that these I'm utterly convinced now. They were not vetted. They were not checked. We definitely have some clandestine operatives who have a serious vendetta with America that came through these various borders, and now all these events are happening. But Job 18:11 is in full effect. The Bible said that terrorists shall make them afraid on all sides. You got an intergalactic drone, intergalactic invasion transpiring, and now you have right here among mortal men, people with a serious grievance with white America. I'm going to put it to you plain. Your forefathers and mothers have doomed you. Y'all got a lot to pay for. And when you run this video, Karima, there's another video I want you to run after this. But let's run this. Let's run these series of videos and really let it soak in people's brains as we give you fair warning. Run it, Karima.
We'll start it off with, my name is Rick Jones. I'm the Butler County Sheriff, Butler County, Ohio. I just came back from a National Sheriff's Training, D.C., 2 days ago. We were briefed by the FBI Director, Ray, the Director of the FBI, and several federal agencies. There's 3,300 sheriffs in the United States. The President of the United States refuses to meet with the sheriffs of the 3,300. We have a hierarchy. We have a president. We have a vice president. The President of the United States refuses to meet with the sheriffs. He also refuses to meet with the police chiefs of the United States. They have a hierarchy also. he refuses to meet with them to talk about border issues or talk about crime that's going on because of the border issue. We were also told by Mr. Ray, the FBI director, that there are more red flags going off now than before 9/11. Okay? When I say red flags, meaning people that are here in this country that are wanting to do harm to us. We were also explained we're bombing 2 countries right now. 2 countries. These people do not like us before this started. There's thousands of people here from other countries, 160 different countries. They're here not to be our friends. Some of them are coming because they're wanting to come here to the best country in the world, the way we see it. Some are coming here to do harm to us. And we were told by the FBI director, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. We were also told 5 sheriffs went.
Whoa, TikTok. Nah, nobody told me about this. Hold on. Let me pick myself down to a little guy. Something's going on. Seeking protection and opportunity, more Chinese migrants take treacherous journey to San Diego and Mexico borders? Wait, what? I thought there was Venezuelans and the Haitians coming across the border. I didn't know there was people from China coming across. But wait till you hear the rumor. This picture was taken in September of last year, which was only 4 months ago. This was last month. Huge group of well-dressed Chinese migrants with smart luggage wait to be processed after illegally crossing border from Mexico into California. These aren't poor people. They got smart luggage. How are they getting here? Is it boat? Is it plane? Why are they coming here? Let me tell you the rumor. This was taken 3 months ago. Why are there so many Chinese people coming into America right now, illegally, allegedly? The rumor is that this is a calculated plan to arrest all of the judges and police officers in our country. They're saying that these people that are coming over are officers and a few people mixed in to throw us off. But wait, there's evidence of this. Look at this dude right here. Does he look like a normal citizen? He looks like a military personnel. The dude behind him, they look military. Somebody saying that these people are being dropped off here because they are going to rally together and arrest judges and police officers in this country and politicians. If you remember, the United States was found guilty of crimes. The world found the United States guilty of crimes against its own citizens, us, amongst other things. Look at these dudes. These don't look like regular men. These look like military personnel. And what they're saying is they're going to gather together. They're going to come up with a plan, and they're doing this with our military. Our military is about to stop and shut down our government because they tired of their And these are the allegations that the internet are putting out there right now. If you're not listening, you're not paying attention. They're literally alleging that our military are training these people so that they can take down the government, the judges, and all of the police in this country because of their crimes against their own people. Let me know what y'all.
Yeah, y'all. Pay attention and mount up. See, we're back. So, I'm going to say this here. What we haven't been able to do for ourselves, the Lord now is putting it in the hearts of men and others to do for him. He said his vengeance is going to start. He said that these other nations are going to rise up. And you heard what that sheriff said early on? That not even the president or anyone, they didn't want to sit down and talk to any of them. So yeah, this is what we're looking at, y'all. The Lord's vengeance in full effect. I know some of you, I don't believe in the Bible. Well, you know what? You don't have to. And notice, we don't give you a sermon. I just quote certain scriptures here and there. And you can go check it out for yourself. But the bottom line is, listen, whether you believe in the Bible or not, it's playing itself out. Like Romans 3:3 said, what if some don't believe? What if some don't believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Lord without effect? God forbid. For let the Lord be true, and the words of man be a lie. And everything the Lord has vowed would happen, and we've been saying it's going to come into play, it is now in full effect. Right before your very eyes. You hear what here you have people who aren't Bible believers. Yet they're breaking down everything the Bible said was going to go down. You will hear of wars, rumors of wars, judgments. All now look at this. Look at what's happening. And let's face it, what America has done, especially to we the children of Israel, and to their own, has been nothing but non-stop treason. So here it is, y'all. These events that are going on are not just random occurrences. These are all systematic, sophisticated, coordinated attacks. And then the fact that if this claim this gentleman made is true, then what must we do in finality? Let's listen to what Minister Malcolm X said so many years ago. Drop it, Karina.
You have called for self-defense units, rifle clubs, ready to execute on the spot those who threaten Negroes.
I don't think that I said that.
Yes, you did.
No, I don't think I said that.
All right.
I have called for rifle clubs that I think Negroes should, in areas where the police, whether it be federal, state, or city, have proven their inability or their unwillingness to defend Negroes, the lives and the property of Negroes, then it's only intelligent and it's only right that Negroes protect themselves. And I have encouraged them to buy a rifle and a shotgun, which according to the Constitution is legal.
For what
not buy a pistol or something like that, but a rifle or a shotgun, which is constitutionally legal.
For what purpose?
So that at any time, anyone makes any effort whatsoever to brutalize them or attack them or endanger them, they should have something to defend themselves. And in a country that spends, I think, $50 billion a year for defense alone, I'm shocked that there's apprehension over Negroes trying to do something to defend themselves.
Well, who will determine when the Negro is endangered?
I think that if the government is concerned, instead of being so worried about what the Negro is going to do, the government should stop dragging its feet and take the initiative necessary to eliminate the injustices that frustrate Negroes and drive them into a method of defense such as this.
You've said, Minister Malcolm, you have to expect the Negroes to rise up sooner or later.
Oh, yes.
What does that mean?
Well, just the same thing that it meant in South Vietnam and these other places where you find oppressed people. Sooner or later, they rise up against the oppressor. When the Jews were being brutalized in Poland, there came a time when they couldn't take it anymore, and they fought back. They didn't have too much to fight with, but they fought back. And I think every oppressed people, no matter how meek and humble they are, after you drive them so far, they're going to strike back.
And indeed, and yes, indeed.
What should young people?
And yes, indeed. This is where we're now at, y'all. Now, for all my Bible believers, yeah, I know 2 Corinthians 10 verse 4 says that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Lord. But in the same breath the Lord did sit in these last days and times, he would have some of us rise up to be his battle axes and weapons of war. And it's past time now when it's clear the United States government does not want to protect us. They do not want to put an anti-black hate crime bill in effect. So we got to make justice. See, like all these other nations are rising up and taking arms and defending themselves. Look, goddammit, I'm going to say it just like this. When you have men of other nations, again, attacking your women and your children in front of you, they're calling you out. They're calling you out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And the Lord did say, there's a time. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. There's a time for peace and a time for war. And we are living in a time of war. And it's going, look, this killing of a man with his hands tied, cuffed behind his back. The molestation of our children, raping our children under the guise of police work. Beating up on our black women and beating them to death. Come on, man. No. This has got to stop. And I'm gonna show you what the real gist of this is. This is not nothing new under the sun. Before the Lord reigned on Egypt, reigned on Babylon, all the places we were in captivity, the evil rulers and some of the evil citizens were doing the exact same thing to us. The Rosewoods, the Black Wall Street, the Seneca Village, which was taken and became Central Park in New York City. But there came a time where Israel had Moses, you had Abraham, you had Isaac, you had Judas Maccabees, who rose up. The breaking point, and we're now in the breaking point. And when you see people of other nations now, military age, taking vengeance, you know what's next. You know what the inevitable is. And like, look what Malcolm said. If the government would take action, they wouldn't have to be worried about what we're doing. And you can see how everybody always wondering, well, what are we going to do? What are they talking about? Because they understand that what they're doing is dead wrong, but they don't want to stop because they want to rule everything under dictatorial might. And that ain't happening no more. Karima, I sent a video. It's titled Whites Apologizing. Now I want y'all to peep this video when she runs it. I want y'all to listen carefully. See, some of y'all out there, oh, you brothers are reaching, you guys teaching hate. Then I want you to hear this video and listen real good to what's articulated. Because like I said, we don't need anyone's validation. But when biblical prophecy is playing itself out, it has to be acknowledged. And when we run this video, I want you to hear intently. Because you've been hearing me repeat Jeremiah 16, the 16th chapter. It's playing itself out that the Gentiles will come forth and acknowledge who we are. So when she runs this video, I want you to hear, if it can be ran. It's titled Whites Apologizing or Asking for Forgiveness. But my point is, what you see how we go through what we go through? We fight through our everyday living and we sacrifice our time, our energies to come here and make these presentations and to show you how important for Black media to exist and for you to support it. You understand why you should be appreciative heavily of the fact that we got up off our behinds and combined our talents and our abilities to come here and make these presentations with irrefutable truths and with the integrity that we put forth, we let you know if I'm speculating, I let you know what it was. When I'm wrong, I take my corrections. We help each other. Each one teach one and reach one. Because we haven't forgotten Rosewood. We haven't forgotten Black Wall Street. We've not forgotten all the sacrifices of our predecessors. And here it is. They are still attacking us today. And what I want, and this is why now, I need for you all out there listening by way of Facebook or YouTube, or whatever medium you may be listening to this great Truthality Forum, to understand it is now imperative for you to get up off your duff and continue to study and check things out for yourself. And while I'm waiting for her to cue up that video, let me see who's talking. Let's take a break and let's see who's talking, y'all. So we have, hey.
Video that got I don't know. You got to start looking at the video. Just look at the bottom of it. If it have a $sign and a thank you, that's somebody monetizing them. I'm always getting restricted.
Oh, okay. You know what? See, okay. 7 answers. All right. Okay.
Yeah, we trying to find videos that's similar to the video off of somebody else's channel. That's why it's taking me long, because I'm looking for the similar video off of somebody else's channel that's not monetizing. So that's why.
All right now.
But then I want to say it was 15 people that was killed. I think 2 children out of the 15. Also, there's 4 suspects I believe put bombings in New York, and they got caught on camera. It was a 3-man and a woman that's connected to him. So yeah.
Wait. Are you saying that something almost happened here in New York?
Yeah. I'm about to show you in a minute.
Okay, all right. Now, going forward, when I do my research, I gotta look for a $sign and what?
Where it say thank you and a $sign.
All right, that means it's monetized and can't be used. Thank you, Karima. Thank you. I'm still new. I'm still learning after all these years on certain technical aspects. But thank you again. But wait a minute. Let me see who's in the. Oh, let me see. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Look who we have. We have our beautiful color commentator. Hello, Miss Tawana Johnson. Hello, Tawana. How you doing? Now, you know why I call her our color commentator? Now, typically when you hear the term color commentator, it's always attributed to sports. And what does a color commentator do? That's that man or woman who specializes in that particular sport, and they bring out statistics and they'll bring out data and configurations on the players, the teams, the history. Now, I call Miss Tawana Johnson here, Fun Day Fridays. She has many different nom de guerres. That's French for different names. But I call her the color commentator here in the Lions Den and on the conversation continue, because she has this amazing knack where if I'm guilty of an oversight, undersight, if I miss certain things, she will come in behind myself or Yeshida. Okay, her and the 7th answer, Lady Karima. But the sister come in and she'll flesh out and hash out what we missed. There's certain things. See, sometimes in this sifting for information, even yours truly, as perfect as I am in Virgo, am guilty of oversights and missing certain things. So she comes in and drops bombs. Maybe no. Let me not use bomb right about now. She drops all the science and the statistics and all the other aspects that we may have missed. See, a woman's touch spice up the recipe all the time. You know what I'm saying? So all y'all out there in the comment section, read what she brings to the table, because she brings all the heat needed. She's like the spices and the herbs and aromas that make a recipe and a food taste ever so sweeter and better. And welcome, sister, welcome. Oh, so the man who did the killing in New Orleans was not black. He was like Indian from India. Okay, thank you, sister. Oh, hey, brother, Yaquan, call some more. Yaquan, what's going on, brother? And you know what? We may see, Yaquan, that Trump might be the last president. Who knows? You may be right. Salah, brother, what's going on? Right back at you. We have, as always, Tyrone Adonaiah, big brother, Mississippi. What's going on, my man? What's going on? Shaka O'Kelly, my brother. Welcome. You got Yawanathan Hakuna Matata. Is that you? One of your other nom de gores, brother Mississippi? If so, you're funny. Oh yeah, it gotta be you. Mississippi, the land of Israel? Okay, I got you, brother. Still welcome. Welcome. Wow, you got a lot to talk about. Jay Snake, I know you and we had a rocky start, but it's good to see you as always. Come through, Jay Snake the Great, and let it be known how you feel and what you're thinking. All right, for all my Facebook, and you know what? It's all love to you too, Miss Johnson, and you're quite welcome. See, this is how we prove that we black folks, we can work together. Cause see, if you take ego out the equation, one thing I've learned over the years, ego gets you killed. Ego gets you hurt. And the key to making a team work is when you respect your teammates and you respect their opinions and you respect their God-given talents. Everybody has a talent, and sometimes someone may be better at. See, I'm starting to recognize that and this is not placating her. Miss Johnson's better at information gathering than myself. I don't trip off that. I'm good at what I do, but there's always someone better, and you acknowledge it and you appreciate them. That only should inspire you to get even better. Like Mike, you know what? To quote the late, great, beautiful soul Michael Jackson, once known as Michael Joseph Jackson, when he was asked what makes him so good and what drives him to be perfect. Hold on. I'm sorry, I actually got a little teary-eyed anymore, choked up when I mentioned Mike. But he said that when he was 13 years old, and he had just watched Jackie Robinson perform. He said Jackie actually pulled him up when he asked him, well, how you got to be so good? And he said that Jackie Wilson said to him, Michael, in order to be great at what you do, always go out and seek those who are better than you. Seek those who are better than you, and then watch them. Emulate them. If you can talk to them, learn from them. And let them be your guide. He said, that's how I'm so great. I've watched people who were better than me, and I took everything I saw from them and added on to me and make just to enhance my abilities and what I do. And talk about a jewel of advice. That's what I've done. That's what I do. Once I learned to put ego to the side and learn one of the keys to being a great talk show host and articulator of information is being able to respect other people's opinion, even if you don't agree with it at times, but still respecting other people's opinion. Because see, confidence, I learned, attracts. Arrogance and ego repels people. And that's what makes an effective team and all that. Okay? And this is what people will appreciate you more when you do these things. So for all my Facebook listeners, you're welcome to come in and drop comments too. We want to see feedback. See, unlike other live broadcasts where, no disrespect, if you're listening, all you commentators like to hear the sound of your own voice and you don't read people who are making comments. We interact with you all. We want to know what you're thinking. This is what drives us and inspires us. This is what inspires me, when I sometimes want to give up, throwing the towel, don't think it's worth my time or effort. No. Seeing you all coming in here, giving your commentary, giving either your point or you if you don't agree, you give a counterpoint. All these things mean something. They mean everything. That means that all the sacrifice and energy and talent that we use is appreciated. Like I said earlier on, Fox News and all, even though they may be detestable in the way they do their news reporting, they still have a base of people who support them on all levels. So let it be known how you feel. Let us know what you're thinking. All right? Because and be able to acknowledge all those who are good at what they do. Yeah, okay. And that's exactly, and you're right. We're gonna definitely build on what affects us in the now. But going back to yesterday, you see why we get to see why the now is what it is, because we got to go back to what was going on yesterday. And I'm gonna tell you, this is why the Lord. That's why, and again, Deuteronomy the 32nd chapter, at verse 8, if I'm not mistaken, it tells you. We're told by the Lord himself, remember the days of old. Okay? Consider the years of many generations. Ask your elders and they shall show you. But see, unfortunately, a lot of our elders have failed us. But now that I've entered my eldership, Yeshua entered his eldership, some of y'all are relatively young on this team here, considerably younger. But still, we doing our job. E. Bizzle, he's an elder. We coming in here and we doing our job. And being able to make this presentation to show you what we must do now going forward. Look, it is like, as Malcolm X said, the defense mechanism is needed now more than ever. And the Lord himself said that in these last days and times, he coming with a war machine. And like I said, for all those who are listening out here, I know the FBI, CIA, I know you're listening. No, we're not guilty of sedition over here. We're just giving a prediction of what's coming and what is and why things are what they are. And your pride and your demonic pride and your arrogance has put you in the crosshairs of a divine judgment. See, your founder, J. Edgar Hoover, said it himself. The biggest thing he feared, Negro unity, black unity, black power. But our power is not us, but our one true God. Okay? And the fact of the matter is that all of us are seeing right now. Like the old adage goes, your arms are too short to box with the Lord. And is it possible to put Ebis? Are you with us? Could you put him on mute? I do believe the brother's snoring, Karima. We're moving on, y'all. Okay. I guess his eldership is caught up with him. Put his mic on mute, please. I can hear him snoring a little bit. See, even I'm a human.
No, it was New York reporting the news, but it was 3 suspects that got caught down there, and one was a female and 3 was a guy. But they were saying that they raided a suspect's house. They raided a suspect, and they was out there like still talking about. And that was 3 hours ago that news was reported, and they said they were still out there, but they said that they have other suspects and in mind.
Now, see, you know what? When I finish this broadcast, I'm gonna look it up because I'm right here, and I ain't hear nothing. You know what? To be truthful with you, on the local news here, I haven't heard nothing about that. They haven't even reported it. That's ABC News.
They raided the house. They raided and they got one person in custody.
Now, ain't that something?
Yeah, and what's crazy is the guy, he have a criminal record, not big or nothing like that, but he have a record of suspended driver's license and what else? It was some petty theft or some theft. The guy.
I see.
So he has,
Well, okay.
a little record.
Wow, seventh answer. But now, hold up, y'all. I'm gonna read. I want to read these two comments that. No, go ahead. You were saying?
Oh yeah, and then another thing I want to look up too, before I forget. It's do y'all know that it was an online chat group full of men's? I think it's like 70,000 different races of men's. I ain't say nothing about black, but it was supposed to be white and different nationalities. But they was in this group, 70,000 of them, and they was talking about tips on how to assault a woman, their wife, their children, and all kinds of wicked stuff. So look that up. Just recently, they just got busted for that.
Okay, now see, there's so much happening. Wow, I didn't hear about that. Now let me just read these two comments that Sister Tawana put in, and there's something else I want to bring up. Yes, on June 15, 1969, J. Edgar Hoover declared, "The Black Panther Party, without question, represents the greatest threat to internal security of the country." He pledged that 1969 will be the last year of the party's existence. And then she quoted my Deuteronomy 32:7, which says, "Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee." But yeah, you know what though? But even within, there are a whole lot of groups that are now, the United States government now considers STG, security threat groups. But this is a very beautiful quote from for June 15, 1969, color commentator. And this is why we do what we do here. And thanks for the approval, Jay Snake. Look, like I told you, it's all love here. But Karima, and how about, and all y'all out there in the audience, have y'all heard about this mysterious fog that's in certain states of America here, that's coming through here, getting people sick? Have any of you heard about that? Maybe I should have, put that up, put a video up on that. But yeah, there's people reporting this mysterious fog they're waking up to in the morning, and it is making, and people are actually getting sick. And matter of fact, in one state, Minneapolis, Minnesota, is out of a story out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, where they're reporting this mysterious fog, and people are getting sick since this fog has come into the atmosphere. So it's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot that's happening. There's some who believe this may not be a natural fog because people are getting sick. But again, this is a developing story. But what I do know is all these events that are happening, and all these terrorist cells that are now in this country, all of us now need to be walking around with a swivel head. You know, you can't live your life in fear, but you definitely can live your life being ready and on the lookout. I mean, how many of y'all here, do you know how to plant your own food? See, I've been taking time out to learn that. And as another one of my sisters in faith, we were having this discussion. How many of you know how to start a fire from scratch? If you don't have a cigarette lighter, if you don't have matches on hand, do you know how to start a fire from scratch? How many of us know how to actually know how to rough it and survive out here in the open? If it came to that, how to clean and dilute water to make it drinkable. Do we have any of these skills? Do any of you have any of these skills?
That's real. That's real.
Okay, these are all the things we need to take into careful consideration, because let me tell you right now, when Trump takes office, all right, provided he lives to take office, I'm not making no suggestion, I'm just making a point. Let's not get it twisted. When he embarks on whatever he gonna embark on, we may be seeing martial law put into effect. We may be seeing a lot of things coming down the pike that are gonna definitely be troublesome and may cause this country to go into a lockdown. See, as Donald Trump did say, when it came to these drones, but we call them UAP, we call them identifiable flying objects, or as there continue to be more and more sightings of these things, he said that the government know what they are. Well, we know what they are too. So there's a lot getting ready to happen. I hope you out there, you're ready.
You know what he said? He couldn't really come out and say it, but the one guy, when he went before Congress, he said when they was watching these things, he said, man, he couldn't understand how they was flying around. So the one pilot, he was saying that he just had to admit it. He was like, man, I ain't never seen nothing like this.
Okay, and for some of y'all who are interested, our color commentator, Sister Johnson, she got a link regarding what the seventh answer just brought out about the 70K men and that discussion. For those who may be interested, she got a link in the comment section. You can hit on it and go check it out. But she just also said that right now, as we are doing this broadcast, Donald Trump is talking about the drones and that fog. Yo, could we be dealing with? And now I'm okay. I'm reaching. This is speculative. I have no direct proof, but this story of this fog, okay, and it's not just in Minneapolis; it's in other states as well, and it's getting people sick. I don't want to say this, but I have to say it. This is purely. You can put it up on conspiracy theory. You can put it up on. You can just take it or dismiss it. But what if these people there's a deliberate deliberate now, if you will, deliberate, direct attempt to or intent to eliminate people, but right in your face. You know, when I hear about this mysterious fog, I think back to the 1980s, that cult horror classic by the same name, The Fog. Except that was granted, it was about pirates who were killed and they would come out the fog and kill people. But I'm just saying.
Fog, yeah, I remember that movie. They'll come through the fog. They was dead. They was dead soldiers, and they come through the fog and kill you.
Right.
It was called The Fog. The movie was called The Fog.
Yeah,
But now
it was kind of like Frankenstein.
Yes, so to speak. But now we have reports now of a fog that is now descending on on certain states, provinces, and locales, and people are reporting getting sick ever since this fog came into their airspace, and into the atmosphere. I'm reaching, and this is purely speculative, but I don't like the sound of that, man. Like somebody like somebody took a can of Raid and sprayed the atmosphere. Like we roaches and don't that what it sound like? I'm just saying. Like someone put a bomb or a biological bomb. See, Kareem, you done got me you got me hyped with that video. What if? No, listen. This is. What if some of these terrorist cells have successfully been able to put biological weaponry undetected that is now going off and comes in the form of this fog? That would it sound like a biological weapon to me?
No, you're right, brother. No, you're right.
Damn, man. Yo, this is just like, this is why when we come here, all we do is show you how it's all biblically connected, spiritually connected. But all you out there, I would advise you, go get every kind of camping book, roughing it book that you can muster. Okay, I have my military training. I have my books as well, still on how to survive, because it may come to that. If martial law does get dropped, because see, if indeed we are the children of Israel, if indeed we are now looking at an angelic attack, an angelic military mission being mounted from the heavens, because the Lord did say He gonna come in the clouds. He did say He will come in His chariots. Isaiah, the 5th chapter at verse 15, His chariots like a whirlwind. We showed you, and if you haven't watched those presentations, Yeshayadov, and the seventh answer and I, we are. There are two parts dealing with the drones and what do we know that are in the Lion's Den library. Check them out. Sister Karima, she came with this report, and these whistleblowers who are basically acknowledging that we're dealing with the angelic forces and the imminent return of Christ. We're in that time now. Everything that Christ said to look out for in these last days and His imminent return, we're seeing it now. Okay? So, look, like I said, all we're doing is reporting it, laying it down like it's supposed to be laid down. We're not under no media dragnet where we're being paid to lie to you. See, that's what makes also the Lion's Den very unique. There are other voices out there, but this is what makes us also unique. That we're not relying on mainstream, so-called mainstream media or any other conglomerate to pay us anything.
Yeah,
See, I was
that's what
so
make this show so cold. That's what make it so cold. You know, that's why I thank Karima for opening up this show. That's what make
I
it so
was
cold.
I was
Yeah, one thing I noticed about this guy, because I'm gonna stay on this guy for a minute. None of his family members came out and said anything about him. You know, in the news, usually the family members, the mom, sister, wife, somebody would have came out and said he's a good guy, and that's it. Like nobody. Like, what's going on? This dude is a robot. Is he created through the military? What's going on? Like,
you know what? He may well be a Manchurian candidate, Karima. He may well be a military drone and creation. Okay? You on to something. But you know something? Is there a possibility I can go get a video on that fog? I mean, as a matter of fact, Karima, I don't know if you could, but Sister Tawana was wondering if you could use the link in her comment section. If you can run that video, if it's possible.
yeah, she
Or
got to put it over here because I can do nothing but put the comments up. So she got
oh,
to put it in the
so
comment.
all right, so
Yeah, you got to
sister,
come and private chat so I can grab it from here.
all right, so color commentator Tawana, you know what to do. You gotta go out or do whatever it is and send it to her through Messenger, okay? And we're gonna run the video. This needs to be talked about as well. And let me see, we got let me see who else is talking. Yeah, so you know what to do now. Let's see. And yeah, like I see it's repeating what Shaka said earlier, that this guy got caught up in something in Mexico. Who knows? But bottom line is, look, there's terrorists on every side. This fog thing is happening as well. And like I said, this is why I'm gonna say it again. For all you out there, if you don't know anything about camping, if you've never been camping in your life, lived outdoors or roughed it, get every book you can now on survival. You're gonna need to. It's good to know. Maybe you might not need it, but it's good. It's still good to have under your arsenal. Because I'm telling you right now, I can feel it in my bones. Considering all that is happening and this fog thing, like I said, that got me worried. Because here it is, we got this guy, all these different terrorist cells, the bombing out there in Las Vegas in front of Trump Tower. We have all these other now a suspected terrorist cell that happened in New York, and here it is. The local news here didn't even report it, and now here it is. All of a sudden, this mysterious fog enveloping certain states and again provinces, locales, and cities out of nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere. And again, I can't say I can't help but think biological attack. And I know before someone say, "Oh, conspiracy theory," but don't forget the issue of syphilis, the syphilis experiments, and all these other experiments that came out. Don't forget all these other things that this government has done, bombing people, places, and things. You know, the MOVE organization, and that was in 1983 in people's faces. Okay, don't forget the destruction of Rosewood. Don't forget the blatant destruction of and assassination of people right here on American soil, exercising their freedom to speak freely. Don't forget that. So anything is possible. Anything is viable now. And I hope that Sister Tawana is able to give you the video, Karima, because I want people to see this story because it's disturbing. It really is. Let me see who's talking. Yeah, that's right. The Tuskegee Airmen. We're never gonna forget that. But how about this? Can you hold it down, Seventh Answer? Let me just go out and I'll get a video that's not monetized. And I'll be right back. How about that? Can y'all hold it down for me now? Okay. Okay, I guess I'll stick
Yes,
around.
go ahead.
All right, we'll be right back. I'll be back.
I'm trying to video the flash for them.
Karim.
Yeah.
All right, what video are you putting up?
I'm trying to go get the video she got. I gotta go out. So hold on real quick. I mean, I'm not going up, but I'm pulling up YouTube.
All right.
Oh, she on Facebook.
Where IBM at? IBM or the Sister Tawana. Tell them to come up here.
The link is in the chat.
Oh, I'm back, y'all, and I'm back, y'all. I'm biggity big back, y'all. Okay, drop the 2 videos. I made sure they didn't say thanks. The heart shape, I see it. I picked up on it, Karima. Drop these 2 videos. This is dealing with the fog. This is a biological attack on all of us. Because again, this is I make jokes, but I'm very worried about this thing, man. Because
But
again,
you know what they did? You know what they did over there, dealing with this war over there with Israel. You know what they did? They set up there. They gave these kids polio. I said polio ain't been around for
are
goddamn.
you serious? Oh wait,
I'm
are
sorry.
you
I'm sorry.
serious?
I'm sorry.
No, are you
Polio
serious?
polio ain't been around for 100 years. They gave these kids polio. Yeah,
Wow.
they dropped that fog over there. Yep, yep. They put it in Palestine.
Well, these two videos I found. Just stand by as Karima just sifts through them. Hope they can be used. But we're gonna show you what we're talking about. But again, this sounds like a biological attack of some kind because again, people are reportedly getting sick. And again, I don't know. It took me back to that 1980, and then they remade it they remade it in 2005. The fog, but this thing looks spooky, and the fact that you can actually touch it. People are reporting that it's settling on their cars, and you can actually feel it. This don't sound like no regular morning. You come out in the country or city or someplace and you see the fog and then it winds up going away, or it stays for a hot minute or two and then winds up disappearing. Okay, now when we run the video, you'll be the judge.
I think they had something like that. They were saying the sky was falling and the clouds was on the grounds.
Yeah. Are those videos doable?
Wait, I gotta find it because I told you gotta send it to the other account. I don't be on there. I'll be on this other account that you don't send it to.
Okay. Look, okay, I'm kind of all right. I don't even
That's
like to
why I
admit it,
texted
but
you. I'm telling you, I gotta go back over there and find the video in my other account. Log in there, get the video, send it to my other account, which I'm using. That's why it take a minute. That's why I keep.
okay, mom. All right, mom. I'm not tech savvy. All right. All right, so I'll get it. I'll get this thing down
No,
pat.
I'm just saying, give me
Okay.
a minute. Just give me a minute. I'm talking at the same time.
Okay. So, so let me continue on. But wait, back on what you dropped about Israel, Ibiza. Are you serious? They gave them polio. I'm hearing reports they're setting the kids on fire. Don't know how true it is, but polio. if you're still here with us, brother, would you, I don't put nothing past them. I don't put nothing past that war and conflict. But this is utterly pathetic. And this is why if there is indeed a God, he got to come here and put this thing to rest, man. Enough already. I don't know about any of you, but I'm sick of waking up here in this society, in this dreadful society, this godforsaken society. All this evil.
When you go in the video, when you go into the video, don't stop at the main. Go into the YouTube app. You'll see that there are dollar signs on both of them.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you can't
Never
go to
mind.
like when you go to the video, the main video. You have to go to the part where you can like it, and then you can
Right.
see the full things on that video. And
Oh,
if you don't
okay.
go to the you go straight to the video and you can't like it. It says log in, remember? Then you can see that it's a dollar sign on both of them. Both of them is the same thing.
All right.
But I'm
All right.
gonna try to
All
find
right.
something else.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So now, for those of you who are tuning in, besides remembering Rosewood and Black Wall Street, we're also being reminded to pay attention to what is happening around you right now. Feel free, please, if you're on Facebook, YouTube, read the comments, our comment section, and our color commentator, Sister Tawanda, who's putting it down. Tip, 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 tap, tap, tip, tip. Her typing skills are impeccable, faster than my own. Read. We got our team is infallible here. All right? Because again, your life is imperative to save. All we can do is give you the information. All we can do is disseminate and spread it to make sure that we give you a fair and unbiased outlook on what's happening around you. Like I said early on, see, what makes the Lions Den and other Black voices out here, but especially the Lions Den, since I'm here, I'm able to come here, what makes it so unique? We don't have no mainstream media or anybody else breathing down our backs about what we can and cannot say here. Why? Because we're not depending on them to give us our money. We get out here, we get our money the old-fashioned way. We earn it. We don't coon for it, we don't clown for it, and we're not selling our souls for it. So you should be happy while we still are able to function. Because see, make no mistakes, all the wiping out of independent media that you've been seeing over the years is not by accident, but by grand design, put into effect way back in 2005, going into 2006, when you had Michael Powell, the son of former U.S. Secretary of Defense Colin Powell, okay, Michael Powell was the head of the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC. This is the organization that regulates what we see, television, and what we hear, radio-wise. Okay? They even regulate what goes on, what you read. But this institution, while Michael Powell was at the head of it, Michael Powell, he lifted a ban where corporate media and all big conglomerates at one time could be held at bay on not being able to gobble up all the airspace and other media because there was a little left over for the poor man, poor woman, through public access television and other ways and means to operate and function. Well, when he lifted this ban, this made it possible for, at the time, Time Warner, Comcast, Verizon, and other big time media conglomerates to gobble up and eat up everything from the poor man, the little guy. It's been systematic over the years. But all y'all who are tuning in, think over the years in the states you're living in and that you're living in, that you've been seeing your public access television, certain public access television shows yanked off the air, certain radio shows that were independent and were like this medium here being yanked. But even now, think back on when YouTube and all these other mediums were up and running. There was no regulatory commissions over it. You could almost say what you need to say when you want to say it without someone wanting to now say you're violating YouTube community standards or some other standard, and they yank your video or they yank what you say because they don't like what you say. That's all courtesy of what the son of Colin Powell, Michael Powell, did all those years ago. This is why you see virtually ABC, NBC, CBS, and all these mainstream medias, they virtually are all at times saying the same exact thing because they're corporate control. And as the old saying go, the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand who rules the world. And this takes me back to the old one of the old James Bond movies. It started with Pierce Brosnan as James Bond. It was titled Tomorrow Never Dies. And remember, do you recall in that particular mission that Mr. Bond was sent to take on? It was about a media conglomerate, a media mogul who was looking to own and take up everything and control everything you see and you hear. And James Bond had to go in and uproot that mission. Or what we are looking at is what the opening to an anthology show titled The Outer Limits. When it goes, do not attempt to control your television set. We control your horizontal, we control your vertical. We control your up, your down. Now I'm paraphrasing because I forget, I try to say it word for word, but we'll control your up and down. What you see, what you hear. And for the next hour, you're now in the outer limits. But you think that was just something they were just saying? Over the years, most of these news media conglomerates control what you see, what you hear. It's a fight and a struggle to have these independent media sources going on, especially when you're on someone else's platform. You see why when Bill Cosby was stressing about trying to get his own media conglomerate going, and he was met with so much opposition? You see why he was met with, because also, besides our money game being feared to grow, us having our own independent media station is also imperative to stop. Because how can white America control the narrative of talking negative about us if we have something in place to defend ourselves against it. So, with that being said, I want you to watch this video and thankfully fair use, and I'm going to get better at identifying and how to do this research. Take it away, Lady Karima. Take it away.
And then people getting sick, because hear me out. About 4 or 5 days ago, is there something going on with this fog and then people getting sick? Because hear me out. About 4 or 5 days ago, I was on TikTok and one of my friends had posted that there had been fog in her area for the last 3 to 4 days before that. And I was like, that's weird. I wonder if she lives anywhere near me, because I'm in Southeast Nebraska and it had been doing exactly that for the last 3 to 4 days. I believe she said she was from Houston or something. But then I look at her other comments and people from all over the United States are talking about they have also experienced fog in these comment section, and people from Pennsylvania and Houston and southeastern Nebraska and Colorado are all experiencing this fog, and we are geographically in very different areas. That's strange. Then a while, like the next day, I'm scrolling and I see somebody else talk about this. And so I go into their comment section. Again, now people, Oregon, Florida, like all over the place are saying that they've experienced this exact same thing. I understand it's cold and flu season, whatever. This could be just a weird coincidence, but really bad. I myself have been under the weather for the last like 5 days. Nothing severe, nothing like what other people are reporting. The fog itself was strange. And then I start seeing all these people on social media talking about they're all over the country and they're experiencing the same kind of fog. Is there something going on with this fog and then people getting sick? Because hear me out. About 4 or 5 days ago, I was on TikTok and one of my friends
Okay, we're back. That was a quick short, but I think you get the idea. I think the point is being driven and she's scrolling for more. But listen, y'all. We okay, wait. I guess she wasn't finished. Pay attention, y'all.
Have you heard about the strange fog that's been spreading across the United States and around the world? From coast to coast, it's been lingering, hiding things in plain sight. This isn't your usual morning mist. It's a thick, mysterious fog that seems to have no clear cause. And let me tell you, this fog isn't just something you can see. It's a perfect symbol of what's happening in the world today. But just like in the Bible, this fog can teach us something deeper. See, darkness covers the earth, and thick darkness is over the peoples. But the Lord rises upon you, and his glory appears over you. See, darkness covers the earth. Biblically speaking, darkness often refers to more than just the absence of light. It symbolizes sin, confusion, and spiritual blindness. When Isaiah wrote that darkness covers the earth, he's not just talking about physical darkness. He is referring to a deep spiritual darkness that covers the world. Moral decline, a loss of direction, and the spiritual apathy of the people. It's as if the world is lost in a fog, unable to see clearly or find its way back to God. Now, when we look at today's world, when we look around, it feels like that darkness has crept in. People are uncertain about what's true and what's not. The news is filled with chaos, wars, political unrest, confusion about.
Okay, that went into a whole metaphorical and esoterical. But let me just say it here. And that's why on that same, behind that same scripture.
Is there something going on?
Well, here we go. Well, let me know when you're ready, Karima. Let me know when you're ready, Karima. Because on that same scripture that she read, I'm gonna say St. John 3:19. And this is the condemnation of this world. That light, Christ, the Bible, the laws and the commandments of the Bible have come into the world, but men love darkness, the spiritual darkness, the evil, because their deeds are evil. Okay? But again, so now all these different things are transpiring.
Is there something going on with this fog and then people getting sick? Because hear me out. About 4 or 5 days ago, I was on TikTok and one of my friends had posted that there had been fog in her area for the last 3 to 4 days before that. And I was like,
yeah, you know what? You should let it run again, Karima, because sometimes don't forget that the two basic rudiments to learning is rhyme and repetition. And what old girl dropping is indeed something that I'm concerned with. All the videos that couldn't be used, those commentators are breaking down the same thing, that people are getting sick. And so again, the first thing that comes to my mind, biological warfare. All right? There's so much happening. But let's see who's talking. Okay, F.S. Drato. Also, fog is symbolism for ignorance. You're right. We heard the term, we're walking around in a fog. And Sister Tawana, you're saying this started around Halloween? Okay, wow, I haven't heard nothing about it. Now, I agree with you, Sister Tawana. When you said the media landscape has undergone significant transformations over the past decade, driven by technological advancements, changing consumer habits, and the rise of new platforms. Here's a breakdown of key changes. Digital dominance and decline of traditional media streaming services. Platforms like Netflix, Hulu, and Disney have displaced traditional cable TV offering on-demand content. Decline of print media. Newspapers and magazines have faced closures and significant downsizing. Okay, it didn't finish, but yeah, as audiences have indeed declined. You're right. See? You see why I say she's a color commentator? You see why I want y'all to read the comment section and read what she's offering up? Yo, this is what makes this so beautiful. You see how the Lord works? We're all ants, and each one of us is an ant, have our ability and talents. All right? And man, oh man, oh man, she is in here dropping it, y'all. Let me see what Tyrone Adonaiah says. You did, yeah, King James Version, Psalms 148 and 8, with fire, hail, snow, and vapors, stormy wind, fulfilling his word. Mississippi, now check that out. You just gave me a head chopping scripture. Snow and vapors, vapor fog, y'all. Everything is always biblically connected. This is a head chopping scripture right here. Psalms 148 and 8, y'all. Go check it out. It reads fire with fire and hail, snow and vapors, stormy wind, fulfilling his word. So we see how the Lord works, y'all. He did speak of spirits of vengeance, that fire, hail, the teeth of wild beasts, would also be one of his ways he strikes and executes his judgment. And this here is a perfect scripture, Big Mississippi. You're on point. If you want to come here and talk, Karima dropped the she dropped the link to Sister Tawana. But if not, I think we
You remember drone?
go ahead,
You remember
Sister
the
Dancer.
video I showed you with the drones where the whistleblowers was talking about the fog that they were seeing, and that was making them, yeah, the whistleblowers was saying that they were seeing fog. They were seeing fog. The drone, I mean the aliens, the crafts, the spheres and stuff was making a fog. You know, where they was losing vision and they was uh, going unconscious. You know, their vision was messed up, but that he did describe that they did see fog.
Oh, now see, I don't recall
Yeah,
it, but I'm
that
glad
video.
you're bringing it back up. I don't. I'm glad you're bringing it back up. Now see, I'm gonna have to go re-review
Yeah, in the
that.
video where they was explaining what they was seeing when they was talking to the Congress. And when they threw that meeting, they was talking about the fog and how some of the reports saying that some of the military officials was getting blind by the fog, and the fog was doing things to them, like making them fall unconscious, uh, vision messed up, and all kinds of stuff they were saying. But they did describe
Oh
the fog.
wow. Okay, now see, now I'm gonna go back and review it again. That okay. Wow. All right. Listen, we've given the good people out here a good 3 hours and 3 hours and 30 minutes. So it's about to be midnight here in my neck of the woods, and it's time. I'm getting the signal. It's time for me to wrap it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bow out, and I'm gonna thank you all out here in Lions Den land for allowing us to come to your mind, soul, and cipher. Now, any parting shots before we close out? Seventh answer.
No.
All right.
Besides
Well,
that,
here it is.
thanks for tuning
Well,
in. I'm gonna send you the video too if I find it. Little short clip of it. But
please
yeah,
do.
thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so.
Well, brothers and sisters, listen. You have been thoroughly informed and educated here once again by the high-powered panel of the Lions Den. The conversation continues, and we promise the conversation will continue on. In parting, I want to thank Yeshaya for coming through, Captain Yeshaya for coming through, E. Bizzle for giving his commentary, at times though colorful and spicy. I want to thank you out there in Lions Den land for listening in, okay? And also we want to thank our color commentator, Sister Tawana Johnson, for laying it down for you and yours. I thank you, Tyrone, Mississippi. I want to thank you, Tashaka. You hate being called Tashaka. Shaka. I want to thank Jay the Snake, my brother. And I want to thank all of you all out there. Salaya Ben Yah, Jay Snake the Great, I want to say his name properly. And Carlton Brothers Yaikwab, my brother. I'm going to have to get at you. And everybody else who came through tonight to sit with us on both the YouTube and Facebook side. We thank you. But more importantly, we need for you to get up off your duff and start checking out things for yourself. Don't just take our word for it. We also urge you to get out here and start listening to different voices that are out here. Make your comparative, and you'll be able to tell who's for you or who's against you. You can tell who's a paid stooge, a coon, and who isn't. And so on behalf of Lady Karima, the seventh answer, our brother Malachi, Yeshayada, Siswana, we thank you for allowing us to come into your mind, soul, and cipher. And you're going to learn something before it's said and done, as Bill Cosby used to say on the opening of Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. And as always, we give honor to the Lord in Christ, from whom all positive thoughts flow. And as always, in the spirit of our late, great, departed brother, Don Cornelius, on the Hebrew tip, I always conclude by saying, Shalom, peace, ahab, much love, and Napash, protect and preserve your soul. And we are now up out of here, y'all. Peace.
I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yeah.
It's the old
he helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, he do the best. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to thought. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing hard with big manodas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh Lord, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He running to the hills like a Philistine. Jihad hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the Ratchet team. JJ 7000 to the debate league. Yeah, I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. He respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother. Balling and crawling all the way from H-time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Michael got the raw, Shaq and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, arms open wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as the realest, yeah. Death by cut, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been there. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, yeah.